Hello, this is J.N.S. and happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a great day. And so, man, oh man, we got a lot to talk about. Oh, I got a mouthful for you. And obviously, we're going to be talking about this Trump situation. It's very interesting to me, not for the reasons that probably the mainstream or the average person, you know, would be, but yeah, I want to talk about like what to expect from this Trump verdict and like strategy. And I also wanted I was talking about yesterday on my live on my weekly tarot video how I wanted to do like a fireside chat with Trump about some strategy and as well as just general strategy in relation to Black Americans and whatnot. I want to get into all of that. I'm not going to be getting into like obviously high level strategies on a YouTube channel. Just giving out some basics and commentary, pretty much. It's an opinion. Everyone has one, right? And so, what do I think? Will be the outcome of the verdict? And he was charged with like 34, not charged, like convicted, right, of like 34 counts of felony and whatnot. Um, but from what I'm seeing, like there was a lot of hoopla or a lot of chicanery, rather, a lot of chicanery around the case in terms of the jury and whatnot. And so obviously this caused the uproar yesterday. Like people was losing their shit, especially them white boys. They was losing their mind over something they barely understand. And so, if we all know that this is horse and pony and how this illusion works, we know that nothing major is going to happen. He most likely will still win. And then again, like this situation could have been a result of three scenarios. You have, you know, in terms of like what this is really all about. This could be a humiliation ritual for Trump um, to set the stage for his win in 2024. This could be a stalling tactic, last ditch attempt to derail him, from winning. Actually, if they obviously feel it's a credible threat that he would get back in office. We just see the money that he raised just last month. I want to say in April he raised 76 million. Joe Biden only was able to raise 51 million. You know, we see the poll numbers, so that could be one. Just one way to stall to just throw a dig at his momentum. And to prevent him. We saw they've been doing a lot. Even when they had took his name off of the ballot or banned him, in various states. I think it was like Colorado, right? Was one of the states, and then I believe it got overturned. But I mean, that level of desperation. I mean, if you got to do all that, you don't deserve to win. If you got to do all that, and I'm not caping for one or the other. I'm not saying, um, you know, we don't have time to do what would be ideal, which would be third party, which would be to create our own, candidates and whatnot. That work should have been prepped 4 years ago, and it was not successfully prepped. And so we do have these two options, unfortunately, unless y'all wanted to go with Cornell West. But let's be real, Cornell, y'all, this is a circus. I mean, Cornell West, um, what is we would we as Black Americans get anything with him? I mean, if he was backed by one of the major parties, which I think he probably should have went that route, I think he would have had a great chance. But right now we're left with Joe Biden and Trump. We met, I don't. Let's be real. Is Cornel West going to win? We hope so, but we know how this stuff is ran. Presidents are selected, not elected. He's not up on the docket. Maybe he'll be on the docket for 2028. Perhaps Cornel West, they talking about Jill Stein and all this stuff. And then we can go through the theatrics of supporting one of our own, that has tangibles for us, and knowing that it's not really gonna yield, like say, like Deion Jenkins has a reparations plan, you know. But nonetheless, what what is this all about? Again, it could be a humiliation ritual. This could be a stalling tactic to keep him out or to try to damper the light in terms of how people, feel about the election. The next one is that this could literally be an energy harvesting ritual. They knew that y'all was gonna lose y'all shit. And by that, I'm talking about like the American people. Like a lot of people feel like even if they don't care about Trump or Biden, that just from the case itself objectively, they feel that um, there was injustice. Like it's chicanery. And so regardless of where you fall on the scale, you may be looking like, whoa, like are we turning into a banana republic? Like, people are legitimately scared, and fear is an energy that the system feeds off of. And so people that I've literally on Twitter spaces, people were losing their shit. Them white boys, I mean, we talking about a space where there was like 11,000 people in it, and they screaming to the top of their lungs, we gotta do this. And I'm looking like, y'all giving y'all energy all up to something y'all don't even really know what's about. You don't know if that's his humiliation ritual. You don't know if that's a stalling tactic. And they know good and hell well Biden talking about Biden got 81 million votes in 2020. Do you see them turnouts for his rallies and for his his when they be doing a comparison? 81 million votes my ass. And again, we know that this is a horse and pony. We not putting too much stock in none of this. As a people, we know that they don't really care about neither, none of us. Well, we can't say that entirely, but we got to look at this objectively, and we got to look at it for what it is, and then approach a strategy from that lens. And so again, this could just be an energy harvesting ritual. Like this all literally could be theatrics, and they're going through the motions. Like we seen when at the news conference, if for those that's into code, we see them standing in front of that a building that had 45 in the background with a black power fist on, and the colors that they was wearing, and the numbers that was all on the news channel, the 615, the couple of nines and the sixes that was all around. Let's get real. Let's get real. It could be. Nonetheless, the calls have already been made. The motions are already set. We all know what's gonna happen. And again, it's a much deeper situation, and that's why it feels like a horse and pony show. They're gonna put Trump through the ringer. I told y'all on my YouTube channel months ago that they are going after this man for that shit he pulled in 2016. Make no mistake about it, and regardless of how you feel about it, he was not supposed, like, they didn't want him to win that 2016 election. He was not the one that was supposed to do, the presidency was supposed to go to. It was hands down supposed to go to Hillary. But the Electoral College and him, they put a move down. They put a move down in smooth finesse. They it is, but they didn't do it illegally. It was not illegal. They had people that, as far as we talking about strategy, galvanizing Americans through propaganda, galvanizing middle America. They had Steve Bannon. I don't care what y'all say or how it looks like. Oh, Steve Bannon is a strategist. It's very sharp. I'm not saying that me and him agree on many things, nothing like that. I'm just saying objectively. Trump actually has intelligent people around him. He always has. That's why they smooth cocked this shit in 2016 like it was nothing. And they never let it go. And now we're talking about the powers that be, who are, we're not talking about the DNC at this level. Come on. Yeah, the DNC is doing the dirty work. They got black women, unfortunately, doing the dirty work. Pawns in a big ass game. In a game of 7D chess. It's not even 5D chess. Okay. And so the move that he pulled down in 2016, which was legal, they, in their eyes, based on bloodline ties and family mobbing, how it works, what he did was illegal in their eyes, because they selected Hillary, and he, knowing what that was planned, where they were going with the country, him and his ilk, they had something different planned for this country. And again, they got into a feud. As far as this bloodline in these secret societies, they got into a feud on what would be the direction. What is the direction that America will go for the next 200 years? It was a bloodline war. Same family, related. Trump went rogue. So I'm not saying he's not a part of the establishment, or he's not a part of their system, or he's some renegade. He went rogue. Okay. He went off script pretty much. Okay. And they based on the things that he knows, and again, it wasn't just him. We talking about the whole electoral college went rogue in 2016 too, because they said we got to take a stand for, that's why they had this Make America Great Again. You know, they did use certain strategies to pull that off in terms of galvanizing people, some of which was genius, some of which was uh unsustainable. When I say genius, I know you guys will be like, well, what is you talking about? No, no, no. Um, the drain the swamp and the coming out with the coming out against human trafficking and having the QAnon in the beginning. I'm not talking about after QAnon got neutralized, after QAnon got infiltrated. When QAnon first came out, when Drain the Swamp campaign came out, how they got certain black men to also talk on his behalf against the corruption and the child trafficking and human trafficking. You know, that, believe it or not, galvanized a lot of Americans. Then you had obviously, the strategy that was not sustainable was the race thing, the alt-right catering to them, and the other strategy that was really brilliant was catering to middle America in terms of bringing back American jobs, American manufacturing, putting the American people first. That's still something he needed to be going after, as well as even the trafficking thing. You don't have to use the slogan "drain the swamp" anymore, but there's something else you could use. Exposure 2024, the year of truth, or something. 2024, the year of truth. That's something you want to go with, because that's the wave that we are in. That's the frequency that we are in. But the one strategy that worked in 2016 that won't quite work in 2024 was the race bait. The race baiting. Believe it or not, it's a very effective strategy. Black people use it, white people use it. It is what it is. But here's the thing: when you don't understand things from a high level, right? We're gonna get there. We're gonna go there. This is gonna be a very deep video, but a lot of people really thought that Trump was like going to be this hardcore ideologue. Pay attention to this word, ideologue, against black people and racism. We gotta, he's racist. He's racist. He's racist. Obviously, a lot of that was propaganda promoted by the DNC to scare black people. But as far as galvanizing his base, that also was propaganda on them too, unbeknownst to them. Now, there were some scholars, white and black, that knew that what was being done. There were politicians that knew what was being done. There are people at higher levels of thinking that knew that they were getting played. In terms of him not being an ideologue, Noam Chomsky is a philosopher, one of a scholar. He said in 2016, he said Trump is not an ideologue. He warned everybody. It was white men. He said Trump is not an ideologue about race, or like, as people was comparing him to like Hitler, or he's going to be like Nazi, and no scholar actually believed that, who actually studies Trump, right? And so they was like, no, he ain't, and Noam Chomsky is very liberal, right? He's left, but he said, no, he ain't. It ain't gonna be like that. Like when people were saying he's gonna turn our country into Germany, and people was looking like, dude, that's a play. He play. That's a play. And guess what? The alt-right, sure enough, called him out. I have proof of this. This is documented. Like when they, I would say, like halfway into his presidency in Canada, his presidency, people were pissed. His people, the white boys, the alt-right, not the middle Americas that wanted him to drain the swamp. I'm not talking about them. Not everybody that voted for Trump is racist. Not everybody that voted for Trump is white. Not everybody that voted for Trump was doing it based on shallow reasons. Okay. But them outright boys, oh, they was pissed with him. I mean, you could look at them forums, they all over the internet, and they were like, he's a part of the establishment. He did not go hard. Yeah, he might have did a couple of deportation or a couple of bans, visa bans, country bans, or whatever. But they wanted him to go hard, especially on black people. It was like, you gotta set up policies and laws to disenfranchise them. You gotta keep them down at the bottom. Where is the crime bills? Where is the stop and frisk increase? Where is the shooting increases? Where is the, let's be real, they was wanting all of that. They wanted to go down on, but they wanted to sit back and just watch black people just take hit after hit after hit. And it didn't go according to what they were looking for. They were warned by other white boys that Trump is using that as a strategy to get votes. He know that America is still on that bullshit about skin color. As sad as backwards as it may seem, yes, they are unevolved, very unevolved consciousness. But anyways, yeah, why people gonna use things to their advantage? You never let this is just how them big boys think. It's just how they think at that level. So they knew, like, so again, has Trump probably done some crazy stuff? Yeah, but if somebody that take pictures with at least over 100 black Americans over the course of 30 years and appear in rap songs and help out black people, helped out, some of the quote unquote civil rights leaders back in the day, literally tell black Americans before his win in 2016 that African American, this is his words exactly, African Americans built the United States. You don't get no credit for it, but you built the country. He literally said that. Of course, the left hid that. So it didn't go viral. I saw that video. That video is still up online, by the way. It didn't go viral, but that meant that the alt-right didn't get to really see it either, because they so brainwashed in the trance, wanting to, we got to get this white man up in there, he got to bring our country back to we got to get Jim Crow, they thinking like that, and they don't even see the play. They couldn't see it. I mean, you got to be completely from the outside looking in to see what was going on in 2016. I remember clear as day seeing that video of him literally saying African Americans built the country. You don't get the credit that you deserve, but you built it. And so obviously scholars would be looking at that, like a Noam Chomsky or a me or a Sam Harris, whoever, and will be like, huh? Like, you're not an ideologue. An ideologue is someone like, like Hitler, right? Stalin, like people that are so convicted in their ideology and they're serious about it. They're not a puppet. They're not playing around. They're not using it as a strategy. They're not using theatrics. They're not doing propaganda. Like, they dead ass. They dead ass when they say that this is what they stand for and this is what. So, again, his base, the alt-right, they really believe that. And halfway through his presidency, they got pissed and they said, okay, you're not going to harden up, you're part of the establishment. I don't deny that. I'm not trying to act like Trump is renegade. He went rogue, but he's not renegade. He is a part of the bloodline. He is a part of the order. He is a part of what it all is. It just is what it is. Now, he had disagreements within the bloodline. He had disagreements of what should happen, how things should go, and decided to take matters into his own hands against the family. That's what happened. And he had a big ass team to do it with him and more intelligent people to help him than what the left had, and even what the watchers had, and even what the people that really run the system had. He had a behemoth behind him on the spiritual side and on the physical side. It just is what it is. I don't even know if I should separate physical and spiritual, more so in different levels of density. I'll say that. Okay. And so that's what this is all about. It's a bloodline war going on. Much deeper than DNC, RNC. Like, oh, it kills me when I be seeing these spaces with, Democrat shields and Republican shields going back and forth, for hours, not talking about shit they don't know nothing about. They are just pawns. If I ever saw one. If I ever saw one. But yeah, they had a disagreement. about what should happen with America, what should happen globally, what should happen with the New World Order. Should we go with individualization or globalization? Should we go with American manufacturing or overseas? How should we handle this corporation? America is a corporation, not the land of America. As far as North American land, we're talking about this corporate system that has been placed on top of it. It's a corporation, it's a business. That's why Trump was trusted to even run by his own comrades as far as the this bloodline in this secret society, because he is actually a businessman and you have to run a corporation. Hillary Clinton is not a businesswoman, and so there was a lot of people that felt that her winning would be abhorrent. I'm talking about at the high levels. Now obviously with us as Americans, we see it differently. I'm talking about how they think, and even her actions and even their actions in terms of, how it go. I'm not gonna go there. I'm just saying. I'll throw a code out there. Trump is pardoning. Trump is considering pardoning Julian Assange for a reason. Read between the lines. Read between the lines. The founder of WikiLeaks. I shouldn't have to dive deep into what that means for you to understand what this is all about. Trump was saying drain the swamp for a reason. And they want to whip his spank his ass for that. For what he did in 2016. And he taking that spanking. And he's a powerful warlock. He got powerful prana. He'll be fine. Very powerful prana. But they not letting up on him. They gonna throw him through the ringer. They throwing me through the ringer, so I know how it go. I mean, I'm not taking them hits like that. By no means. But he gonna take some hits for that, for what he pulled in 2016. And not just him, but anybody that supported him, anybody that was down with it. That's why they got rid of all them big time YouTube influencers. That was, homeboy, was it PD Pew? Literally told, 10 million subscribers, literally told 10 million people to vote for Trump live on air on YouTube. That's power. And they said, they literally came after him. Like when Trump won that same week, them boys came after it. Them people, the DNC and YouTube, media in Silicon Valley is left. Oh, they went after PDP. I think his ass got taken off of YouTube. Anybody they took black people off too. It was some black people they didn't have maybe 10 million, but maybe 500,000. Oh man, 1 million. They told black people to sit at home, and some did outright say vote for Trump. Some did say it, or some told black Americans to sit at home. They got them out the paint because they said, "Oh, that was a glitch in the make. That was not supposed to happen." Just so you know, that just was not supposed to happen. It was supposed to go to Hillary. It was supposed to go nice little program like we always do, and no, it didn't work that way. He usurped the system and wanted to enact his will on it. Obviously, not just his will, but middle America was in, a lot of people supported Trump. Let's be real. A lot of people was fucking with him. Workers, white boys, it just is what it is. And so when they did a whole thorough research, the DNC, no lie, they did thorough investigation to see who was behind the influence, who was behind the numbers, who was behind getting that motherfucker in there, including the people that work with him, but also any of the influencers that had YouTubers, Instagrammers, Twitter users. They had a list of people. They went after them people. Anybody, black, white, female, male, didn't matter. If you had anything to do, if you spoke against the DNC, you spoke against the left, and you had influence like that, or especially if you outright said vote for Trump, when he won, because I'm telling you that panic, that freaked them out. That was not supposed to happen. I'm telling you, look at what happened that whole week when he won, and the next 2 weeks, how certain influencers were literally targeted after that. And then within the next 6 months, it was a wrap. Whoever they needed to get off, they were off to YouTube. Whoever they needed to shadow ban, they were shadow banned. Whoever they needed to censor, they were censored. It just, that's because they said, and I'm telling you, they said they never can allow that to happen again, where someone within the system can go rogue, not renegade, but can go rogue and enact their will on the system, even though that they are a part of the family. They said never again will be allowed that to happen. They will not kill him. They cannot kill him. If they could have, they would have. They would have JFK'd him, but they can't. And I'm not going to get into it. If you say, why can't they? They can't. You don't understand how this works. They can't. And so they are left with the things that they have to, the Trump, whatever, they give him some charges, stall him, drag him through the courts, try to drain his bank account, sabotage his Trump media, his stock, his stock, sabotage, just drag it. That's the method that they have to go because they can't kill him, and they don't have credible real evidence or anything to really throw him in jail. He's not going to go to jail over this. You guys do know that. Again, it could be horse and pony in terms of his humiliation ritual. As far as that would be above the DNC heads, that would be more. I'm not going to get into that. That would be above the DNC's head, though. If it is a stalling tactic, then that would be within the DNC's arena in terms of trying to throw a dent in his momentum. If it's an energy harvesting ritual, he could be the one behind it himself with his people and with the help of the watchers and those that are above the head of the DNC, above the level of the DNC. It could be that deep. We're not going to get into that because it's not important for the average American to understand that. And an average American will not understand that. So it's not even, it's pointless getting into it. But again, a lot of Black Americans, you guys have been saying that this don't seem like a real election. You guys have been saying it don't seem like a real election. This don't feel real. This year don't feel real. Why doesn't it feel real? Because the veil is getting thinner. Okay, it's getting thinner. You're able to see the chicanery for what it is. You're able to see that this is a horse and pony show. You're able to see that it's an illusion. That's all. You could feel it. There's things being exposed and whatnot. Certain people get credit for saying, "Oh, the truth is being." It's been motherfucker. We've been saying that shit for years and decades. But it is what it is. But yes, this is the year of truth and the year of exposure. It's the year of the reckoning. It's all of that. It's the year of the awakening. And beyond, it's not just a year. It's a momentum. It's a phase. It's a stage. It's not just 2024. 2025 will get popping. 2026 is going to be popping. 2027 is going to be popping. Because we are in a war. Spiritual war. Bloodline war. Secret society war. Globalization versus individualization war. Income war. The people versus bureaucracy, grassroots versus establishment. It's a lot going on. Real versus fake. It just is what it is. And so that veil is getting thin. It's getting thinner, and people can see this system for what it is, that it's unfair, that it's corrupt, that it's a play, that it's a chess game, and so that's why it doesn't feel like a real election. Also, the watchers had given orders to everyone at the top, both Trump, Biden, all these motherfuckers, that you got to slowly let the American people know the truth about a lot of things. That's why a lot of stuff is coming out. That's another reason why the density, the energy feels different. Because they are being told, it's time. We got to let them know. It's a slow walk, though. Like, you don't just do A to Z and cause uproar. You got to let people gradually in on what's going on. If we were to do me, I'm an A to Z type person. And what happens with my A to Z ass? I hit you with a lightning bolt. Everything I do, I don't hold no bar. It's like boom. And most people are not prepared for that level of information. And most people can't handle it. That's why I'm like, whoa, that's just my style. I just come out and say it, but other people do not agree. They think stuff has to be secret or stuff has to be behind the paywall or has to be secret. You can't tell. I do know that we're not in that age of where stuff is going to be secret. And then Americans going to be just dumb as hell, just like dumb as a rock, not knowing what the hell is going on. That I don't have to be here to even for this to even go on. I'm talking about like this is literally the constellations. It's literally the planets dictating that. I mean, you got Uranus, you got Saturn. I mean, come on, it's a rat. Like it's the energy of the universe itself demanding truth and demanding light and demanding exposure and demanding balance and demanding justice. It's not me. It's not. I mean, yes, it's us collectively, but you can look up at them stars and look up at these and study your astrology and study these planets, and they're going to tell you that it's time for autocorrection. That's it's just simple as that. So that's why this election doesn't seem real. Trump knows that it ain't. He looking like okay. He getting his ass spanked by the powers that be for what he did in 2016, and then what he pulled in 2020 with the January 6th. They it's like whooping. It's like he getting his ass spanked. But they gonna let him win. That he gonna get in there, and they ain't gonna throw him in jail. He gonna get probation. I don't even think he gonna get no damn house arrest. Really, they, I mean, he could get some house arrest, but I just because when I say he could, like to me, I don't feel like that's the likely probable outcome. I feel like more like probation is the probable likely outcome. But with all things, it is a probability. um, and so yes, they are mad at what he did too. But again, we're talking about the light codes in the bloodline too. So yeah, they may be all part of the establishment, a part of a secret society, a part of a family, but then you got different light codes within your epigenetics that necessitate that you carry on accordingly. And so Trump is fraternally a part of a bloodline that is designed to protect America. In addition to him being amazing, and I'm not getting into all his business. I ain't trying to pull all his business out there. I'm talking about in addition to being what he, whatever he's in with this system, we're talking about generationally. He has a light code that was designed to protect America and his epigenetics. I'm not saying all of them do. I'm saying he does. All of America, all of America. That does not mean just white people. That does not mean just men. That does not mean none of that. It's America. That is something that he took an oath to. That is something that he has to do. And that's why when the other part of the system, the other part of the bloodline was taking our country into a fucking driving us off the damn cliff, him and his people said, hold up. And that's why he kept trying to tell people, they don't want me. They want you. I'm just in the way. And it's not like, again, he's not an ideologue about so much the surface level stuff, but he is an ideologue about the oath that he took to this country, to his bloodline, his ancestors, his spirits. He's an ideologue about that. And so when he talk about draining that swamp and come on, stopping that child trafficking, stopping that human trafficking and calling out certain things, that he was serious about. And unfortunately, like a lot of people were affected by his draconian laws on sex work and trafficking, but it was designed to help people that were victims of trafficking and victims that were minors. That's what the policies were designed to stop that. But there were women who had been doing their sex work and had been willingly, doing that and they got affected because that's when they took off Backpage, right? It's called Backpage, where the girls would go on and promote themselves for their services, and that Backpage helped keep the girls literally off of the track, like literally off of the streets. Being able to do that. So when he shut that down, it fucked up a lot of the girls' business. But at the same time, there was kids on here. There was sex slaves on there. There was horrific things going on that Backpage. And so when they took that down, it solved a lot of things. And they took a lot of other things down. I mean, it was a lot of other things that got affected by that. I just know Backpage was one of them. But it was a couple of other online, apparatuses. Because this is pre-OnlyFans, right? OnlyFans wasn't as popping. But we're talking about like other little sites that would help women stay off of the streets and be able to, do, promote online and get their clients and whatnot. And so that was the thing that was the thing that the ladies would tell. I'm talking from what the ladies would tell me. I had some friends that were, I didn't have friends. I had a friend. She wasn't even really a friend. It was just somebody else, acquaintance with that was telling me these things, and I had went and researched it myself. Uh, and so, she was saying, when they was taking that back page off, oh, it hurt a lot of girls. It hurt a lot of females, especially lower income, because they have higher end service, escort websites and stuff, but you have to go through so much, you have to have certain look and whatnot. So back page, anybody can get on there. So, but nonetheless, he was an ideologue about that, as far as making sure that those who were being trafficked would not have to deal with that. That's why a lot of the organizations that stop human trafficking came out at that time. They got a lot of funding. They helped a lot of women. They helped a lot of young girls that were being pimped at 13, 14 unwillingly. They helped a lot of people. It was a lot of services that came out during Trump's presidency regarding that. I don't know if you guys know that, but I researched this. This is just facts. And so Trump has a epigenetics to protect America, meaning protected from corruption, protected from being sold out, protected from being a banana republic, protected from, even though he's a part of the establishment, this stuff is much deeper than what you think. And yes, he's controllable to an extent, because there are people that he has to answer to that are above this, that are way behind the scenes that you don't see. They're not even, they're watchers. Okay, they're watchers. And so he gets, when they try to rail him in, he go off the rails. They try to rail, because he's a part of the bloodline, but at the same time, you know, um, he got disgusted and went rogue on him and his people. And so then they smacking his ass up. They smacking his ass up, but he gonna be okay. I think that he will still most likely win. It's not even like a most likely, like it's almost in the bag, but however, that other side is not just gonna go willingly. Now, if they pull what they pulled in 2020, they won't be hurting America. They won't be hurting Trump. They will be hurting themselves. If they pull the shit that they pulled in 2020, they will be hurting themselves. Mark my words. And so it won't be worth it, but desperation, people get desperate. You never know what they try to pull. People, I mean, it's deeper. It's not just a DNC and RNC and Republican versus Democrat. This is much more serious than what you will never know. And it's all being hidden from the American people. Some Americans can see it, some can't. Some know that this is much deeper. Some know that this is a secret society at war. Some people know this is a bloodline at war. Some know. I knew that since 2016. I used to tell family members about that all the time, and they just used to look at me. They knew I was telling the truth too. But I'm telling you, intuitively, I knew. I said, "Oh, they playing games. They playing. Oh, come on." And I knew Trump was going to win. I said that to people in 2016, because I knew that I felt the energy behind it, and I knew that it was a bloodline war, and that they had a better team. Now again, those of us, I'm in part of academia. At that time, I was in graduate school, but I would, we would have conversations. I was going to Georgia State. We would have conversations, or I would hear what other scholars had to say, and they would say, even if they were on the left, like it was people that hated Trump. It was scholars that hated Trump, was scared to death, wanted to leave the country like when they found out he may win. But to be honest, even before that all had happened, they was kind of like, they kind of knew that something could be up. Another thing is that even after he won, like the first week after he won, there were scholars discussing it. Even in some of the liberal ones that was losing their minds, talking about they need to pack up and leave the country, they said, as much as I hate to say it, Steve Bannon is a genius. They used to say it. I'm telling you, Jewish scholars, some of my mentors, white, black, they used to say, they said, as much as I hate to admit it, that Steve Bannon is a motherfucker. They said he the one. They knew it too. That they were like, because we were they were studying this stuff from a very sophisticated lens, and they were like his team, and they would even say there's like his team is intelligent. The people that's behind it, they Trump could be intelligent too. I mean, I'm not saying he's not, but I'm saying they pointed like those that were really looking at it. They said that they was pointing at Steve Bannon, that nigga, that man. They said he's the culprit. He's the one that is the brains behind the operation. They was pointing at Omarosa too. I know y'all love it. I know y'all hate Omarosa. Girl, have y'all ever seen Omarosa that interview that she did with Bethany Franco, Omarosa and Bethany Franco? Have you ever watched Omarosa on Big Brother? Like, do y'all ever study this woman? That woman is cold. She cold in the motherfucker. That's why she rolling with Trump. That's why her and Trump were friends for decades. They cut from the same motherfucking cloth until she got her ass up. Went, but taking pictures all randomly at the White House, and she was with her Mandingo old goon looking nigga. She had the dude from Green Mile, beautiful black man from the Green Mile, which I swear she was a dead wench. Nah, she was a pastor, worked at a HBCU. She knew what the play. Everything is theatrics. Even when she was on is it Big Brother or no Celebrity Apprentice? Have y'all watched her on Celebrity Apprentice? Have y'all watched her on Big Brother? Have y'all watched her on what's the other one? When she did the interview with Bethany Franco. Have y'all watched her on when she did how she got Wendy Williams together? Because I remember the first time I saw Omarosa, I studied her aura. I said, she cold. I mean, y'all think Candace Owens is baddie. I love to come at her. I said Omarosa is good luck getting in an argument with her. Good luck going against her. Cause your ass ain't gonna win. She gonna snatch your motherfucking ass up. You see how she snatched them white folks up on Celebrity Apprentice and Big Brother? Like it was nothing. And the arrogance and the confidence. Did y'all see how she got Bethany Franco together? Absolutely amazing. And so, he made sure to keep people like that around him. That's all I'm saying. Is he made sure to have people like that around him. That's what you got to take from this. I'm not saying, you got to agree with everything Omarosa did, because I know, again, y'all brainwashed into thinking everybody's a bed wench. Omarosa she's married to a black man now, but she had that Ogun dude from Green Mile. She was with him. And so, married to him, and just taking pictures of the White House. But that's what happens that's the thing. Like when people lack understanding of things, they jump out the window. Like in 2016, y'all jumped out the window at Omarosa, but now look at all these black men now talking about they support Trump. Look at all these rappers talking about they support Trump, and it's 2024. She saw what was popping off in 2016. Before that, y'all couldn't see it. I saw it. That's why y'all never hear me insulted on Omarosa. When I saw her gather them people up on Celebrity Apprentice, and I said, that woman got a mind on her, boy. God, that girl got a mind on her. And she's not a coon. She do a lot for black Americans. Got her little black church, do her thing. Not everybody gonna fit in the same. Not everybody is ghetto. Not everybody is uneducated. Like not every black person is black people that can think differently and do their own thing. With all of us, male and female. Everybody wanted to come at Ben Carson. He had people like Ben Carson. Have y'all ever studied Ben Carson? Genius. Y'all really thought that y'all couldn't see the play. Everybody was brainwashed in 2016. Everybody was brainwashed in 2016. And some of us just saw it. People came at Chrisette Michelle. People came at Ben Carson. Black people. Only for y'all now in 2024 to be on hush mode and not knowing what to do, talking about you're going to vote for the couch, or you damn near, you jumped on the Trump train. We got people in the reparations space that jumped on the Trump train like it was nothing. Or some that's right in the fencing. And so we were trying to wake shit up. We was called coons, and I wasn't necessarily. I'm not gonna hold you. I was more quiet. I saw the play. I saw what was going on in 2016, and at first I was nervous when he got in there because I was like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And it did affect me because I was thinking like, okay, still thinking that, oh, it's gonna affect Black Americans. But I would say after 1 year, I said, oh, this ain't really gonna be affected by this. But some of us saw, what was going on back then. Especially like a lot of the black men was trying to tell people about that, what he was doing about that drain the swamp and that child trafficking, and everybody was calling them coons. They were calling them coons. Only for and he really not even using that angle, which Trump, you should use that angle. You should absolutely use that angle still. Why not? Why not? It's a brilliant angle, but you got to stick to it though. You got to deliver. When we're talking about, stumping down on that child trafficking, stumping down on deportation, stumping down on jobs for Americans and American manufacturing opportunities for Americans. Make it, you don't have to say, the making American great again. You could say golden age, but that's kind of before your time, to be honest. But you can also say the year of truth, bringing truth back to America, holding America, to its natural standard and shit like that. What is supposed, or you could use make America great again. You can use that too. I think that's still popular. But I'm saying in terms of instead of saying drain the swamp, that's kind of outdated. It's kind of overused, especially with QAnon fucking that up. QAnon kind of, and again, QAnon was great when it first happened, but they kind of went left because it was infiltrated by intelligence and a bunch of agents, pretty much, giving out disinformation, misinformation, and leading the movement off of the rails. So drain the swamp may not be the right term anymore, but if you say the year of truth for America, or bringing, America is true for it. It's something with that, something with truth, and something with balance, something with, you know, restoration, order, those type of things. But probably, that's what people are looking for, the truth. That's what Americans want, the truth. They want the truth. They want exposure. They want set asides. They want to know they're going to be taken care of. So the angle of the American manufacturing, American business, American policies regarding uh, things for our businesses, things for those type of things is what you also want to promote still, you know. And so another thing that I want to talk about though, because I know I mentioned yesterday in my weekly tarot video that I did, that I wanted to talk more about, Space Force and Trump, and something that Trump may want to get thinking about, in terms of like when he gets in, some of the things he may want to work on. We are going to talk about tangibles for Black Americans in a bit, but I had said I was going to talk about it in this video. So you guys know that a couple of months ago I had asked Trump, to pardon Julian Assange. And so last week I had did a weekly tarot video, and I had picked up the energy that there would be some type of pardon or amnesty relating to Trump. And I didn't know if it was to be the court case or not. I didn't even know that this court stuff would be this week. I didn't know. I just said it was. So I said it's some type of amnesty. It's some type of pardon with Trump. Something with Trump. I said he may be getting the pardon. I don't know what this is about. And so last week, after the video was published, Trump announces that he is highly considering pardoning Julian Assange. Now I had asked him to pardon Julian Assange, and so hearing, seeing that come like that, it's something that's highly probable now. It's like we went from him potentially being put to death and being extradited to be, charged with espionage, to possibly getting a pardon from Trump. It's not even he's highly considering it, but he has to get in, right? He has to get in. And so I thought that was like kind of spooky, just me talk last Friday saying with the tarot reading, I'm like, this some type of pardon with Trump. And then that same week, A couple of days later, he announces that he wants to consider pardoning Julian Assange. So that's a great start, Trump. It's a great start. We're going to talk about more. Um, we need to add more names to that list, and we need to add more things. But here's another thing. You started Space Force, right? Space Force was started in 2019, right? As part of the Air Force. Yeah, it was started in 2019. The current head is Chance Saltzman. Chief of Space Operations is Chance Saltzman. The commander in chief, obviously, Joe Biden. So the headquarters is the Pentagon. And it's a space service branch of the United States Armed Forces. Okay, along with the Air Force. It's a department, it's a part of the Department of the Air Force, led by the Secretary of the Air Force. So cool stuff, right? And what's interesting with this, though, the Space Force, I mean, you kind of clandestine on what y'all doing, which is fine in terms of like, I won't say fine, but it's like, like, we all know, like, what made you start the Space Force in 2019? You know, if you know things that's classified, and that's one of the reasons why they chumped them charges up on you, because they said you was mishandling classified information. So I understand a lot of things are classified. I'm going to talk in code here, and some things I am going to be transparent about. But we know we have NASA. Never a straight answer. NASA ran by Lucifer. We ain't gonna get into all of that. But yeah, this United States Space Force, and I see, I see what you guys are doing. It looks cool, but like I said yesterday, you guys are a little behind with this. I'm on a website now. Actually, let's look at the website together. You guys are a little bit. Let's look at the website together, because I got some. Let's see. How do I? Why is it not letting me share? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right here. And so this was started in 2019. Exploring space, the galaxy, the universe, right? Dark matter. Cool stuff, right? I suggested to you, Trump, that you start as part of the and if you don't win, I'm pretty sure the Air Force or something, they'll do a variation of what I'm talking about under the Biden administration. But there needs to be some type of department or center that studies probability distribution as a component of understanding space travel, space age, this idea of understanding the universe. Why? Because you guys know there's a lot of Stargate portals that are opening. You guys been tampering with Stargate portals ever since CERN 2022. Your asses got smacked up. You learned more than you took on more than what you can bargain. I'm not talking to you, Trump. I'm talking about y'all. You know who was messing with the CERN portal. I'm talking about humans at the top. When are they really humans? I ain't gonna get into all that. Yes, messing with the CERN, trying to open up portals and trying to mess with Stargates and whatnot. So if you're dealing with Space Force, you're going to be dealing with wormholes. You're going to be dealing with portals. You're going to be dealing with parallel universes. And so to understand the idea of parallel universes in terms of space, you need to understand probability distribution as it relates to consciousness in space. The reason why the United States is so behind in space travel itself is because their equations about and their understanding about quantum mechanics. I'm not going to, I know y'all not going to really understand all this stuff, but the understanding of their understanding of quantum mechanics leaves out consciousness. And so a part of understanding the universe and space travel inevitably involves the idea of a sentient universe, that a component of the makeup of the universe is awareness, consciousness itself. And so you have to understand probability distribution, especially when you're talking about FTL travel. That's going to be important. Faster than light. That exists. It's not our fault that humans are so behind on that. I mean, Multiverses exist. Omniverses exist. How are you going to travel FTL and you leaving out consciousness and Space Force? You have to understand probability distribution. So Trump, that will be your task as called by the Watchers. I am a priestess, a prophet, and a watcher, and many more things that will not be spoken of in this video, and I'm sure you know of that. But yeah, probability distribution needs to be a component, literally a department that studies this, understanding parallel universes, understanding entropy. How do you get internal self-organization in the universe when we know that entropy is ever expanding? So now I'm talking to somebody in Trump's, space, or not Trump's uh, team, but Air Force and Space Force. Y'all need to y'all need to put together what I'm saying. Trust me, you'll be able to make sense of it. Yeah, I promise you. How do you this is, if you guys want to do FTL and travel FTL and space travel and open portals and all this stuff, and I'm not going to teach the government how to do this shit on no damn YouTube. I know y'all monitor my shit and shadow ban my shit and all types of stuff. You out of your mind if you think I'm going to be going into detail about this on some damn YouTube. No way. But I will say that probability distribution to understanding computational complexity, algorithmic computational complexity of the universe. How to increase entropy, how to increase or decrease radiation, how to move those movements. You got to understand consciousness better. Again, you did space. You created Space Force under your term. What I'm seeing on his website, it looks pretty much. I mean, y'all mentioned in NASA. I mean, what's actually being done? Let's look at the news. Airman Guardians flexibility in career. I'm not seeing much that's really. I'm seeing stuff about the Air Force, graduates from Army Basic Leadership Course, Senate confirmed secretary. I'm not seeing nothing, no stellar research coming out that's going to advance America. I'm not seeing anything that's going to advance America. I'm seeing shit about surveillance and reconnaissance. Okay. But what surveillance and reconnaissance of what? We already got 7,000 satellites governing the earth. So what? So y'all trying to, I mean, NASA already takes care of sending out, certain satellites and certain robots to try to go and see what's the surface of Mars and what's the surface of the gas, what's the gas composition of Jupiter, or try to go out to Saturn and stuff. Y'all already do that. Y'all already send out care. NASA takes care of that. So what the fuck is Space Force doing? What are y'all producing? I'm not seeing anything that's going to promote innovation for this country in terms of even helping humans understand space, helping Americans understand space, and things that America could be doing to actually understand this universe. What's the point of having Space Force? You know what I mean? I like this. Space Force details holistic health approach. What y'all playing around? We need to get to work. Space Force, religious accommodations, sexual assault. What does got to do with space? What do this have to do with space? What are y'all doing? Are y'all trying to regulate? Y'all know y'all get visitations. I mean, we ain't got to talk about it. We ain't got to talk about it at all. I'm not trying to put nobody on blast. I don't know why y'all stalling. I don't know why the hell y'all still stalling, but y'all know that there's interdimensional shit that been going on. We all know that. Everybody know that. Even the American people that y'all want to keep lying to know that. And so we gotta push the metal on some things. Again, I'm not going to get into the interdimensional conversation in this video. It's just something we know. But y'all kind of stalling with that. It is what it is. But when it comes to the research, y'all got to develop this research better, this research department. Okay, you're talking about great power competition. What competition? Y'all talking about holistic health? We already got a department of holistic health. We already got that. We already have that. So what are y'all stuff? What research are y'all doing? And I know y'all know I come off. Y'all already know how I come off and how I talk. Yeah, I don't even mean no harm. I'm just I'm trying to help. I'm giving you some. I'm giving you hella game. I mean, for those that with ears to hear and eyes to see. Probability distribution. That is your key to understanding parallel universes, creating portals, opening portals. I'm not going to teach y'all how to do this stuff and y'all sit up there and put me on fucking watch lists and blacklist and all this stuff. You know what this United States government have put me through? And y'all think y'all about to sit up, y'all monitor and study and see what I'm doing all the time. I don't give an ounce of my genius out publicly anymore. Like how I don't be doing all that anymore because I see how y'all do me. But I will give you this one thing, Trump, in terms of advancing the research. And you already get you pardon Julian Assange. You're gonna pardon Mumia Abu Jamal. You're gonna set the stage for you're gonna set the stage for 2028 for you know who. Also, um, set the stage for 2028 for Black Americans to get that executive order that they need. We're going to be building out the basis of what that looks like in your presidency. And also, you're going to be known as the person that advanced, literally, like the president. You know how JFK get all the credit for traveling to the moon? That whole psyop, travel to the moon. I mean, did we even do that? But people still got him in the wall in their house about the moon travel and about supporting MLK. You know what I mean? And so we're talking about legacy and we're talking about what is this second term going to look like? What are you going to be known for? What are you going to, 2016 you had your thing and what is 2024 to 2028 going to look like? And so Space Force, you got to continue this project and you got to add on to it. I don't know. I mean, if I'm in over, people know how I think. I don't try to talk over people's head, but my mind is vast. And so I be thinking about real shit that's going to help our country in terms of innovation, in terms of getting us on the next level, in terms of seeing what I want to see for my people, Black Americans, the American people, right? All of America. This is what I be thinking about. You guys know I did that decree to the United States government about the policies and the things that I wanted to see on that. It's been published. I wrote that out. Those were all my ideas, and it was lightweight. I was kind of rushing. But that's, that y'all should know how my mind thinks in terms of capability of running a country and running departments. You got to have something on that belt that you're known for. You guys know that this interdimensional shit is about to get real. Y'all know it. So you're going to have to develop Space Force or you're going to be behind. Because if you I'm not giving out game, like giving out secrets or anything, but if you let other countries start to study probability distribution and they motherfucking learn how to FTL before you do, and you're screwed. You're screwed. Because they tell you that you cannot travel faster than the speed of light. And I am telling you that is false. I don't care what CIA agent come out and try to say that, oh, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true. It is true. FTL is true. And so, again, I'm not about to be subjected to the shit y'all be putting me through, and y'all think y'all just about to be getting out all that. Again, I'm gonna be good regardless of whatever happened to me. Y'all the ones, come on. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go deep like that. But let's be real. And so, uh, yeah. Unless this is all horse and pony, because again, a lot of things is horse and pony, and I just be so invested, I be really thinking hard about stuff. I be thinking too deeply. Maybe I'm just too invested in it. But the space, if you're gonna have an agency called Space Force, I mean, you're gonna have a department called Space Force, not a department, literally, one of the armed branches. It is literally one of the armed forces, and have it a part of the Air Force. And I go on the website, and I'm not seeing nothing that say nothing about no damn space. I'm seeing some old. I mean, I see space obviously, but we saw we're looking at it together. This is behind. And y'all can get mad at me and say, "Oh, this black bitch" or whatever. Y'all know who the Oracle is. Y'all know who the chief architect is. I don't care what y'all. I don't care how upset y'all are about it. Okay, y'all talking about all these white folks up here talking about some space. No, y'all, I don't see the leadership. DFA secretary. I mean, y'all. I mean, if this a horse and pony show, I could just go on about my thing, and just But in terms of y'all talk about service too. What did JFK say? Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you could do for your country. Well, it goes both ways. He jumped out the window on that. Yeah, it's about what you could do for your country, but yeah, we gonna demand that our country do something for us in return. And so, yeah, if part of my service, I've been servicing this country. I've been uh given a lot to this country as a scholar and as an esotericist. But we're talking about like literally Space Force, probability distribution. But again, we need to see changes, not just this tried and true system, not just the way that it is. It's going to be a lot of things changing, whether Americans are on board or not, whether the president is on board or not, whether the executive branch is, whether the new world order is in or not, whether the secret societies are on board or not. There's going to be major changes of the likes you have never seen. And so one way to get in front of it in terms of the innovation and balance and the things that the creativity, the things that are good for America would be to develop this damn Space Force. Probability distribution science. This is something that's already a part of quantum mechanics. It's not too far-fetched, but I'm saying that the component that is missing is the consciousness, but also the component that is missing. And for all I know, shit, y'all probably secretly got something. You got a whole nother shadow deep state aspect of this little agency that y'all not telling people about. You know what I mean? Y'all probably already got that. I was sharing my notes. I had made up some notes so I could remember. I made a mistake in sharing my notes. But I had to write stuff out beforehand because I didn't want so many topics that I'm covering. I didn't want to skip a topic. But that's one aspect of your presidency that you can get in front of in terms of like, oh, we again, I'm not getting into the science of how you're gonna do it or what we're gonna do and how it's gonna be ran and all that stuff. No, not until my people get something. But this is something that I know personally I can build out as far as understanding computational complexity, of how to self-organize entropy, how to space. This is an ancient science. I mean, I again, you could, even if you were to take this and say, okay, probability distribution, and say Trump, you take it and build a department around this, and say you don't bring the people that understand it. That is you don't understand. Like by that I mean, like say you decide to actually follow this advice, or but then you keep these people as the leadership that we see, and you try to have them. It's not going to go anywhere, because they don't understand what I'm talking about. Even if you hire the best quantum physicists, best theoretical physicists, and say, okay, we'll take her ideas and let's do it, and not and try to, and just it's not going to go anywhere. So for those that say, well, why are you giving out all those ideas and all that strategy? It's not. I'm not giving out anything. You guys think I'm giving out something, but I'm not giving out anything. It's because if you start the department, that's a good thing, but you won't know what the science looks like. Even when you hear me talking about the probability distribution, as far as the predictive programming on my tarot videos, and me talking about entropy and chaos intelligence, y'all wouldn't understand what that is. It wouldn't matter if you studied every single last video over and over again of mine to try to understand what I'm talking about when I discuss dark energy and dark matter of the universe, and when I discuss entropy and resonance, and and it's not that I'm trying to confuse anybody or anything like that. It's just more so the person it's just more so I was ordained for that. I'm ordained to talk about the things that I'm talking about relating to this topic, probability distribution, to understanding FTL and parallel universes, understanding entropy, understanding computational complexity, understanding resonance. You guys are going to come to the conclusion that resonance is the fifth governing law of the universe. Eventually. Whether that be 10 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, 5 years from now. Okay? And so, for those that's like, oh, okay, you give out. So I've given out a lot to humanity. I've given out a lot in terms of my knowledge base. However, the machinations have not been realized, but also I've been locked out and blocked out of developing these type of things in terms of on a concrete level by design, because they want to keep this shit running the way it's running. And so, again, I don't suffer as a result. The American people suffer. And so even if you do build out this space force and say, well, we're gonna take this idea that you're talking about, probability distribution, but just leave her out of it, you're not gonna get anywhere with it. I can promise you. And so what I'm saying is that I will build that department out. However, we need to make sure that we get something for Black Americans. It has to be a win-win. And so another thing that you want to also solidify your legacy with is a pardon of Mumia Abu-Jamal. You're talking about Julian Assange. That's great. That's what I've asked for. That's what I like to see, that you are considering it. I really am happy about that. Like I'm like geeked. You don't have to announce the Mumia Abu-Jamal like on a public stage, but you need to go to the Black community somehow. Just like how you pardon all them Black people in 20, and when you won, and nobody really knew about it, and didn't nobody make really no fuss about it. You pardoned a lot of Black people. He needs to be up on the docket, please. Okay. Now I don't know if you want to meet with some some Black Americans leaders and tell them that, okay, yeah, I'm going to pardon them, and that's something that we just know in our community. Perfect. Now, there are people talking about, how will Trump galvanize support from Black Americans by offering the tangible without isolating his outright? They were asking for strategies on this, so I guess they can probably steal the ideas and act like they came up with it, and then act like, and then go to Trump and act like, I don't know what the play was. I don't know what that's about. But anyways, there's a lot of burnout that I have. I ain't gonna hold you. Black Americans, y'all burnt me out. Y'all burnt me out, man. I really did. You guys obviously know um, that this is an easy question to solve. You guys know that's easy. You guys, for one, are overstating his outright base. You know, he lost a lot of his outright base 2 years into his presidency because they realized he wasn't a real ideologue and that they felt he was a part of the establishment. He still got middle America. He still got a lot of support. He got big money support. Don't get me wrong. He got big money support. He is in there. That's not the point. But as far as the outright, those that was just like so racist, oh my gosh, you know, they really believe it or not, he lost a lot of that. And I'm talking about it's documented, like they was going in on him. They was going in on them little 4chan forums, and he's a part of the establishment. He didn't go far enough. They wanted him to castigate it, Black Americans, in addition to like Muslims and gays and whoever else, you know, immigrants. they they wanted him to go after, you know, they wanted him to include the Black Americans on that list. They wanted him to include, you know, women on that list. And so they was just kind of like, when they didn't get that's when they kind of was like, oh no, we didn't get what you're a part of the establishment. You didn't go far enough. And so I think that we're overstating that outright. I think that that a lot of it is even possibly propaganda in terms of assuming that middle America and alt-right are the same thing. He galvanized working class middle America. Um, but you can't assume that every single last one of them was going off of a race-based narrative. Like, oh, he's gonna go after the Muslims, he's gonna go after the immigrants, he's gonna go after the Black people. That was a fringe group, as we call the alt-right. And they kind of got disenchanted with Trump. That doesn't mean everybody did, but you know, they kind of felt like, again, he's not an ideologue. Here's the thing. Noam Chomsky told y'all that in 2016, 2015. He told y'all dumbasses that Trump is not an ideologue. Like, y'all trying to compare him to the Nazi and all that. And Noam Chomsky is a left liberal. He even said that shit he ain't really believe that shit. I mean, he ain't say it like that. Obviously, he an old ass white man. He in like his 80s or 90s. He ain't say it like that. But I'm saying, like, he said his exact words that he's not an ideologue. He doesn't really believe that. He does not really believe he wasn't, and he was trying to tell y'all that. And scholars knew that. So he knew he was going to galvanize some dumbass alt-right boys and to really think he was going to castigate certain segments of, you know, just castigate the Black America, castigate Black people, go after the Black people. And so that didn't happen. And so, believe it or not, that's not really his base in 2024. Not as much as you would think. There are some people that are outright that, again, that are not really concerned with race. You can't be so myopic, you know. You can't be so myopic in that. But he was using that as a tactic to win in 2016. That tactic cannot be used in 2024. We're in a whole nother dispensation. America's in a whole nother state of consciousness. We're not there in that moment anymore. That's why the election feels fake. That's why it doesn't feel real. That's why it feels like a horse and pony. It's like we're not in that moment. That kind of propaganda won't work. Why? Because there's so many Black Americans that's disillusioned with the Democratic Party, right? It's a lot of Black Americans that realize, like, damn, we actually naturally more conservative, and we're disenchanted with the Republican Party too. We're disenchanted with the system. Do you got Americans in general that's starting to get disenchanted with the system? That's like, why we got to just have a two-party system? Why it just got to be Biden and Trump? We need our own candidates. We need our own shit. I'm one of them. You know, we people are thinking about, creating their own party, running their own shit, running they self. I know I'm a run. It's a lot of things going on. It's so that moment of propaganda as strategy, and it can work, but not really. It got to be rooted in a space of authenticity. The only way propaganda is going to work if you're a real ideologue. Propaganda will not work if you are not a real ideologue. It's just as simple as that. Propaganda is not going to work to garner votes unless it's authentic. That's why, when you see the DNC, talk about, bring the booty to the poll, that's propaganda. That's that was a vote or die and all that stuff, and it just keeps falling flat. Going to bring some chicken nuggets and catfish and collard green, and going to a church. What else? All that that's propaganda. Thinking like, okay, Black Americans like this stuff. Hot sauce in the bag, and he's sexy, singing Sexy Red's lyrics. Kamala was singing the vice president is singing motherfucking Sexy Red, thinking that this is the narrative that can be used to garner votes. And guess what? You're not an ideologue. It's not authentic. It will fail. It's as simple as that. You're not an ideologue. Which means Kamala Harris don't fuck with no damn Sexy Red. Kamala Harris is Boo Lay Lynx Kappa, aka Boule, connected to some of the most powerful Black women in the world. Kamala, she's not even a Black American. She is, Indian, Brahmin class Indian, which was the more wealthier class. And Kamala is a name of her people's Hindu goddess. She's they like, seriously. Do you really think that Kamala, who's named after a Hindu god, is really down with Sexy Red? That's what I mean by and this is just strategy for just not relating to DNC and RNC. We're just talking. I'm just speaking as a scholar. If your propaganda is not authentic and you're not an ideologue in it, it's going to fail in 2024. 2016, that was a different age. When they had Bill Clinton, remember in the 90s when they had Bill Clinton playing the saxophone, everybody was on that motherfucking spell. Your spell broke. They not under that spell. You think you're going to play a saxophone and everybody, oh, Bill Clinton was the first Black president. That dude wouldn't get that. Because, Black people, really? This is what I'm just talking about. At that time, they would use them psyops. They would use those propagandas and those narratives to put you under a spell to get you to go with a certain frame of thought. That's not going to work anymore. It's not going to work in 2024. If you're going to use propaganda, you have to be an ideologue and it has to be authentic. Boom, you win every time. And that goes for Trump and whoever else runs from here on out. Cornel West, whoever is running. I'm not trying to just cape and back, I'm talking about just period, as a scholar, as a strategist, as a military scientist, as a priestess. I am talking from that level. Your propaganda is not authentic. Your propaganda is not rooted in real conviction. You're not an ideologue. Failure. This is what is happening within American politics. Simple as that. That goes for all politicians that decide to run for something or try to run a campaign. Reparations campaign, whatever it may be. You want to run on immigration. You want to run on sustainable energy, whatever the fuck it is. You understand me? And so I'm just saying, I'm just giving game. I'm not getting hard. This is lightweight. This is not hardcore strategy. This is nothing. We're on fucking YouTube and my channel is shadow banned. So really. And when I try to even do a YouTube ad or something, y'all not even going, y'all block that too. Y'all, that's fucked up to do that to me, to do that to a genius. That's really fucked up. That's why I try to run with the sauce, but I'm telling you, you can't run with the sauce. You can't. And so Trump, that's something you want to take in mind as you're finishing out this campaign up until 2024, because you can really, get behind some things, run your propaganda psyops. But again, you have to be an ideologue. If you're authentic, you'll win every time. But if you start trying to pull some bullshit, the public gonna call you out on it. They're gonna see it. They not under that spell no more. That's why you can't run under that You can't run after. You can't run under that. What's it? The race stuff that you did in 2016. People ain't gonna be thinking about that shit. Americans are thinking about UBI. Uh, Look at Skid Row. Look at the things that's going on with our homeless in America. Look at the things that's happening with jobs in America and rent, even housing. It's a lot going. People are not hung up on it. It's like it's getting bad, and so people are very disappointed with Biden. They're very disappointed with Biden. And there's people that love Biden. There's people that's just NPCs. Let's be real. There are people that just NPC fucking. Look. I ain't gonna go deep, but there's people that still, that thinks Biden is, remember they had this video with these sisters, two Black women, they had the mask on in 2024, by the way. They had the mask on and they were talking about, they were from South Carolina. They was these Black sisters. They were beautiful. And it was funny because, they was trying to, the news was asking them why you want Biden, whatever. And to be honest, us as Black Americans, we knew that they had paid them ladies. Like, we know our people, and they could not give not one good answer. I swear, I wish I could find that clip because I had played it like 5 times in a row and was just dying laughing because it was so obvious that they didn't even believe the shit that was coming out their mouth. The lady had a mask on. He did, she was just because she ain't want people to see her face because she was like, he could, he's doing what he can and he's trying, they asking her what did he do for you and what do you like him? And oh man, I wish I could find that clip. That clip was hilarious. And in the comment section, people were like, did they pay them? Like, it just didn't seem like they believe what they were saying. And so that's kind of what's going on. Like, people are kind of, disillusioned with the whole system, Trump and Biden. I'm telling you, people disillusioned with both of y'all. They really are. They know that it's an establishment. They know that there is an order. They know that it's a bloodline. They know that y'all running this shit from two sides of the same coin. They want something new. You gotta at least humor us. Shit, people breaking their MK Ultra, all types of shit, and y'all wanna sit up there and go with the same script, but you don't want to go to the people with the sauce that is the creator of the script that can help write new scripts. You don't want to go to the Oracle. You don't want to go, and y'all want to sit and shadow ban and blacklist, and then go, but be monitoring and surveillance in the hell out of the real ones, out of the chosen ones, instead of actually passing on the mantle to those who are ordained to run this country and to those who are fit to give ideas about policies in this country, help this country. That's a damn shame. That's really abhorrent. That's abhorrent. And then if you do want to put them, like, y'all, I know y'all, some of y'all sent your people out to try to, bring me into the government, but it's like, y'all was sending, like, y'all, come on, like, y'all can't do it the way y'all did it, man. Like, y'all can't do that. Y'all can't, don't be sending people that's going to try to, like, be handlers or, like, mind control. That shit ain't going to work on me. And don't send people that's deceptive. Don't send people that's going, like, I'm about transparency. Or, and grassroots Black Americans are about transparency. You can't be trying to sniff around and snoop around and shit, and you got a ulterior motive or an agenda. And y'all gonna sit up there and low key send, I ain't gonna go into it. But I'll say this. You're right. I'm not about to join y'all shit and then just do whatever I want. I'm rogue, I'm renegade, I will stay that way. It just is what it is. I will stay that way. I'm not about to, I'm not about to be controlled and predictable or whatever. And if that means we gotta go our separate ways, we have to go our separate ways. I'm talking to the US government. I'm talking to the people that's been, you guys know what I'm talking to. If we gotta go our separate ways, I don't suffer from it. because you guys know how it works in terms of how things are selected, how people get selected, how presidents get selected, um, how people get put into positions, how people get put on. I can't roll that way, but in terms of the game, we know who won. I'm speaking in code, and so I don't suffer from it. But think about that. It's not. It's not. I'm not the one that gets that's going to feel the brunt of it. I'm not. What's it called? Cutting my nose despite my. You know how people cut their nose despite my face. I'm not the one doing it. That's y'all doing that because of wanting to bring some in, but then wanting to control them for their agenda, for their sinister agenda. No, 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 no. If we're gonna if we're gonna build out new apparatuses, new structures, new departments, uh, do things for our people, new policies for our people. I'm not about to. I'm not working for no sinister ass shit. And so I'll stay out on the outside, and we'll watch. We'll see what happens. We'll just watch it continue to fall. It's as simple as that. And you could say, "Oh, that's so arrogant." I mean, look what's happening. That goes for all of us. As far as like, if y'all want to keep locking out Black Americans, want to keep doing, you're not following the prophecy. You're not honoring the wishes of your own order, of your own bloodline, in terms of what was supposed to be happening in 2024 and 2028, 2032. Again, I'm speaking in code, so if you're not following me, that's okay, that's fine. You can leave, but again, it's very specific. As far by that, I'm talking about the lockout, the blacklisting, the things that's been going on with certain Black Americans that have the sauce, that have the mind to run governance in terms of this country, in terms of certain aspects of the military, in terms of what it is. But my thing is, y'all want to bring in Black Americans and bring some of us into that y'all could control us and do it. Like, how does that even work? What is incentive? What incentive is that for us that have the natural gifts and the natural skills, or is capable of learning the skills? There's no incentive for that. And so that's I'll leave that there. I'll leave that there. But in terms of the strategy of how Trump can galvanize support from Black Americans by offering the tangible without isolating his outright, I'm not giving that on no damn YouTube channel. You guys know that I could come up with stuff on that topic like it's nothing. Like it's drinking a cup of water. And I've already got thousands of ideas computed like it's nothing. If I put it out there, one record, look at this. I've been talking about this stuff with Trump for a minute. Again, not from the level of a horse and pony or DNC, not taking it all serious like how, the average. I see it for what it is. People could take this stuff all serious or whatever, but it's much deeper. I know the shit I'll be talking about. I'll talk about the esoteric stuff, scholar stuff, and Black American stuff and whatnot. But I do talk about this topic because it's interesting, and I'm looking at it from a different angle. But I asked Trump months ago to pardon Julian Assange. Last Friday, I did a tarot reading, and this reading right here, I said Trump was going to do some type of pardon this week. And then literally a couple of days later, Trump talks about considering Julian Assange. It doesn't mean that he listened to me or he knows, he was watching my video. Don't think of that. Come on now. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is the thought consciousness, the energy was put out there. And apparently the energy was on board to some degree because he's considering it. So that means, I say that to say that means on some level, when it comes to me thinking of strategy, yeah, I think I know what I'm doing. I may be unorthodox, it's eclectic, it's eccentric, or people say it's crazy. But yeah. Him pardoning Julian Assange, the American people love that. Y'all think I didn't know that when I asked him to do that months ago? I saw that literally last week. 3 days later, he goes and announced that he's considering pardoning Julian Assange. Yeah. So I said it to say that on some level, I know strategy enough to where even if he didn't listen to me per se and say he just would, which again, we all know smoke and mirrors. Nothing is as it seems. Nothing is as it seems. But we know that on some level, okay, it's on record. Like it's a YouTube video saying, hey, Trump pardoned Julian Assange. And I'm going on a whole tirade talking about Julian Assange months ago. And then all of a sudden, and then that weekly tear over, that shit was creepy, man. We reviewed that yesterday, where I'm literally in the video saying, oh, I think Trump gonna do some type of pardon, some type of I didn't say Trump, I said some type of amnesty or some type of pardon relating to Trump. That was gonna happen this week. And what happened? It happened. And so I say that to say that when it comes to strategizing for Black Americans on this question of how Trump can galvanize support from Black Americans by offering a tangible without isolating his outright, y'all know good and hell well that I can answer that and strategize on that, and for an hour. And I guarantee you that something in that within that hour Trump will consider. And now y'all could call me arrogant. Y'all don't have to. Y'all like to blacklist me. And I did get blacklisted by Black gatekeepers and my own people. And my community was in on it, and it's much deeper. And that's why I don't have that fear. I mean, you guys, I have the sauce in that regard. And I have kind of been heartbroken and feeling really burnt out, to be honest. Like I feel burnt out being in this reparation space, being with, doing this Black conscious stuff that I've been doing since I was 19 years old. I'm 32 years old. Y'all have worn me out, Black people. I mean, my God. There was nothing I didn't get. I literally almost got my ass killed. Not even by I expect the U.S. government to come after me. I expect white people to come after me. It was Black people. It was Black people. Do you know how heartbreaking that is? It was some of my own family, and y'all got plausible deniability. You'll deny it to your death. You're under oath. I'm okay with it. I understand. I'm not expecting anybody to admit it. Y'all have to do plausible deniability and gaslight the person and act like the person is delusional and whatnot. I already get how the tactics go. I already get been there, done that. I never done that actually. I'm just saying it's I see it for what it is. No one's going to admit, but that's why everybody is silent. And it's like people know shit. It's like you're around people and they know something, but then they're not saying it. And that's how it feels when I'm around that reparation space. People know shit and they're not saying it. Even when you're around your family, people know shit, but they're not saying it, and you could feel that shit. And I'm psychic as fuck. And again, I could work on my psychic abilities. I'm not saying I'm the most gifted. I'm not saying that at all. I have my moments. But when it comes to being intuitive and to knowing some shit, I'll know it. This week, my weekly tarot series proves that. My weekly tarot series is eerily accurate on a weekly basis. Even with my own clients, I'm accurate. I'm not all the way accurate. Some people I don't even connect with. I'll admit that. We're talking about probability distribution. I'm not going to know everything. And so I admit that if I don't pick up on your energy, I may have some parts of the scenario right, but then even some of the characters wrong. That's normal in psychic phenomenon. I'm not trained. I'm not a trained psychic. I'm just as a natural gift. So as far as honing in on my probability distribution and skills and whatnot, of course I have ways to go. But it's in terms of like, people will come forward and tell you, yeah, she said this was going to happen and it makes sense at the time, but it happened, or this happened. She said it was going to happen. It happened. And then there'll be some people that say, she didn't pick up on my energy. She didn't connect to my energy. And that happens. But when it comes to what I know, what happened with my motherfucking ass, yeah, I picked up on something. I may not have it all right. I may not even have all the information. I may not even know who was all involved. But I know it was relating to that motherfucking reparation space and the shit I was talking. And I know in the U.S. government and black gatekeepers and some people that was even sold me out of my own family. Yeah, COINTELPRO is motherfucking real. So y'all burnt me out, black people. So if you wonder why is she talking about all this esoteric shit, why is she talking about secret society, why is she just don't even come to the Twitter spaces to talk about reparations no more. She don't go on Clubhouse no more. She don't talk about that stuff no more. She not. I used to be in. I mean, y'all had me. Y'all had me at hello, and I was serious. Too serious, if you ask. I know I was making them get black gatekeepers comfortable because uncomfortable. I was making them very uncomfortable because they probably looking like this bitch is serious as fuck about black Americans, getting to the top. And I wasn't saying about overthrowing or trying to, I was talking about getting one of us up in that office and getting one of us in that government and getting us, with our reparations and seeing us do our intentional communities and building and doing things, whatever way we do it. Now, y'all like to always talk about going more outside. I'm a strategist. I work from the mind. The mind is your power. The mind, the universe is mental. That's everything. I'm not knocking against what somebody want to do on a physical level, where you want to go march on Selma, go to a rally, whatever. I'm not knocking that. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying, like, that's my specialty, is to create infrastructure from the mental space and to have other people carry that out. That's what women do. Women master the spiritual realm. They master the mental realm. They master the intuitive realm. Men master the physical realm. And so if I'm putting something out, which a lot of my ideas were utilized on a governmental level, in the reparation space, a lot of my ideas are hella utilized. Even policies that don't even relate to black Americans, I can prove I put something out, and then the next month, somehow, from whoever politician, whoever saw it, they said it got implemented. Whether it been changes to labor laws, changes to the, it was something with work laws, and I was putting out stuff. That whole decree that I had put out, I was doing that from the mental plane for a certain reason, and so that's my thing. That's my work. Very creative spirit. I don't have to brag. It's like people know that. Whether y'all want to, I'm not sitting up here trying to say you got to give me credit. You got to acknowledge. At this point, I've grown from that stage. However, it is annoying to see your own community, people in your community, because again, it's not all of my community. I don't think the black Americans are all against me or anything. I do know that there are people, though, within this community that have blacklisted me and tried to get me out of the paint, but then steal my ideas, or try to bury the work that I'm doing, or that the ideas that I come up with, or try to act like they came up with it or something. And so if you're wondering why I'm not about to sit on YouTube and give out strategy to how Trump can galvanize black Americans by offering a tangible without isolating his outright, you are out of your ever living mind. Do you think I'm about to do that? And you could say, oh, it's about the collective. I've been about the collective. I've sacrificed. I've taken hits. I've taken ass whoopings metaphysically. I've taken reputational hits. I've did it all. I've labored mentally. I've stressed me the fuck out. I've emotionally labored. I've helped this community. Other people have taken things and ran with it, rightfully so. It was by this. A lot of the things that I put out, that I would give to people, or I would say, I wanted Black Americans to act on it. I wanted Black Americans to use a lot of the information that I put out. I wanted that. I didn't, however, it's like in that space, it's not pure. It's something off with it. I'm telling you, it's a lot of jealousy, and it's a lot of it's something not right. It's a lot of infiltration too, and it's. And I know this video gonna be shadow banned. I know certain people that need to see it will see it. Need to hear it will hear it. But y'all burnt me out, man. And I don't think like it's cool to lock out someone and then try to steal their ideas, or try to steal their sauce. You don't have the sauce. You don't have it. You don't have it. And that's what happened to me, as well as other Black Americans. in the black in this space, reparation space, pro pro black space, whatever. That's what happened. You know, it's like you get nothing for being loyal to a people. I think that's what I learned. You get nothing out of it in this community. That's why Francis Cress Wilson died alone and was in a house for 3 days dead. That's why John Henry Clark died alone and broke in a nursing home. That's why Dr. Ben died alone and broke. Dick Gregory, like, I mean, that's why. That's a low key jealousy, but that's also a low key disrespect and self hatred to do that to your own people that rolled out for you all the motherfucking years. To do that to them, to break their heart like that, even with Sun Ra. I ain't do get Sun Ra said, he get. But you could look at his later interviews when Sun Ra would talk compared to how he used to talk, like when he was in the 70s and 60s, when it came to like the 90s, but the 80s rather. Sun Ra's energy was so shrewd and stern and cold, just like Malcolm X's wife, because the black community abandoned her when Malcolm X died, and was a couple other. Rosa Parks got robbed, was getting robbed multiple times by niggas in her own house, in her own neighborhood, black neighborhood. So a lot of times people like to come out and come and get mad at people that get theirs up front. Man, I see why. Because y'all some cold motherfuckers to y'all own, boy. Y'all do not take care of y'all own. Y'all don't look out for y'all scholars. White people look out for their scholars. They scholars got what they need to continue to be incentivized to do the research, to build the institutions, learning centers, and things that they need. White people would do that for each other. Jews would do that for each other. I mean, the white Jews would do that for each other. It's like black Americans would literally turn a blind eye. You expect somebody to just build something all on their own, and y'all try to tell somebody, well, if you can't do it alone, you can't do it, you got to connect. I'm not connecting with some fake ass, jealous ass niggas. That's why I didn't connect. If I didn't connect, and you, because I see your character for what it is, and I don't want to be a part of that per se. I like what's there is not good enough. I'll say it. Y'all could judge me. Y'all could lock me out even further, blacklist me further. What is there in our community is not good enough for me to lift my finger on, put my finger on it. It's just not. I mean, what? A brother polite. That's your definition of a scholar. That's that arguing and all that loudmouth ass shit they was doing out on the Harlem. That was y'all definition of, and like it just is what it is. I'm not here to bash, but I do have to say that y'all burnt me out, and y'all expect everything for nothing. And it's like I have labored, I have sacrificed, I have put so much into this community for this community to hang me dry. This community has not looked out for me in a capacity to incentivize me to continue. And I think it's from the top down. I don't think it's the average Black American. Because again, I am being actively blacklisted by Black gatekeepers in this space because they are controlled opposition. They are scared to death to actually have Black Americans on a large scale exposed to my ideas and exposed for the plans that I have from, to expose them to, not just this. I'm not talking about this shit on YouTube. This stuff on YouTube, I mean, come on, it's light work. If I'm up here, I'm able to, this hard, y'all think it's, oh, that should be secret. That should be behind a paywall. This is nothing. I'm talking about building decentralized autonomous organizations for our Black Americans, whether that be, it could be an agency, whether it's something tantamount to, like y'all love to talk about, y'all want a Freeman's Affair agency. You could do that on a university level. We can do that as far as it is an intentional community. And we could do that in a digital space. But a lot of the stuff that I'll be talking about, even with the enterprise architecture for Black Americans, the Queen Mothership Part 2, that is something that you could build out in a physical space. It's something that's already being built out. I'm not saying I'm the only person to think of certain things by no stretch of the imagination, right? But I'm not seeing it at that level that out in those frameworks and them blueprints and them manuscripts. I'm not seeing it being built out to that level. No, I'll say that. I don't. You can test my thoroughness on this. I don't see not one organization in the Black American community that is building out anything close to anything that I put in them frameworks. Anything close to what a a boule gatekeeper called and said, we interested in understanding this military science that you're talking about. And 7 state attorney generals want to know what the fuck is going on with you. I don't see that level. I'm not seeing it. I'm not. Everybody has to play dumb and act like they don't know what I put in them books and what I put. That's why my ass almost got killed, because I was going. I mean, if I didn't realize what was going on, I would have kept going high up into the, I mean, past the damn galaxy. That's how my mind works. When I came up with Entrusted Melanism for melanated people globally, and I'm not a Pan-Africanist, but I was just really sitting there thinking, like, what can Black Americans, what can we use? How can we make sure we don't get ethnocided, but at the same time, you know, how can melanated people work together for those who want to, not the sellouts, not the tethers, as you guys say. You know, I was thinking about that shit. I'm a scholar. What do you guys expect me to do? I'm going to sit and think. Okay, you guys are talking about tethers and delineations. Okay, we need frameworks. Like that's the way I think. I'm not a surface level. I'm a true ideologue, if you haven't noticed. And so I'm not going to sit and just be talking and having my people walk around in no motherfucking circle for no 40 years in Israel. I can't have y'all walking around in no damn circle over, and we ain't getting nowhere. Why do you think I am blacklisted? It will be 100 years before people realize, like, what the fuck was we doing? Like, what did they do to this girl? Why didn't we know about this stuff? And I'm okay with that, because I know I'll be vindicated in the end, but it's sick. It's disgusting. It's literally disgusting. And you know somebody got the sauce, and you sit at your ass up on that motherfucking internet and ask some random ass motherfuckers in a Twitter space about how they can galvanize Black Americans by offering a tangible without isolating his outrights in terms of Donald J. Trump. Why don't you just go to the nigga for the sauce that you have least known of for 10 years and just ask them, you know, let's do this. But you sit up there and trying to make a play, and you don't have that skill, my nigga. Why would you do that? Why would you try to take something from a nigga that ain't never have shit? I just, that shit is so hurtful, and just like, y'all niggas will burn out a nigga, boy. Y'all some cold ass niggas, boy. Y'all some cold niggas. But I do have to say this, like, I'm not about to be locked out and then giving multiple ideas and strategies. I gave out, you know how many ideas and strategies I've given out on YouTube that I know for a fact have been implemented in the reparation space, that have been implemented in politics. Do you not? You guys know I know that like, I don't have a big subscriber base, big fan base, but the people that do watch my shit are very high level people that are very well connected. The people that watch my shit are gatekeepers, are boule, like people that are high level, military. The little bit of people that you do, that was a part of, that's a part of COINTELPRO, and that's also a part of, you know, seeing someone that got the sauce, but then like, okay, we gonna take this shit for ourselves. And I have been warned about that. I have been warned by, you know, the Black indigenous, they call themselves American Indians, but I have been, they said they gonna steal your scholarship. They gonna steal every motherfucking idea out your head. They ain't the girl. You a damn fool for going over there teaching them niggas like that. They don't know shit. They ain't got shit. They don't know shit. And all they look at you as a fucking mark to go and take the sauce and run from. On an energetic level, it gets spiritual. Whether that be trying to sacrifice your ass, whether that be scapegoating your ass, whether that be literally stealing your shit and blacklisting you, shadow banning you, target harassing you, all that stuff. I had been warned about that. I'll never forget, like, one of my family members, man, I used to just be talking about dimensions of consciousness. I would never forget. I talk about a lot of shit, you know. I'd be talking about quantum entanglement. I'd be talking about stuff. And I remember I was talking about the 12 dimensions of consciousness, and I was recording. And I remember the look on one of my family members, it was just such a sadness, and he said, them people gonna crucify you. Like, they say you're gonna always face a crucifixion for a persecution for your intelligence and your brilliance. Like, he said, I'm just scared for you. Like, them people gonna hate you. They gonna hate you. This is what a family member of mine told me. They are going to literally hate your guts. They not gonna like that. They not gonna like it. And I said, why? He said they gonna get jealous. Some gonna go just feel like you trying to play them. Some gonna feel like you trying to, because and this is something that this is if it ain't one thing Brother Polite said that I know for a fact is true and that I agree with. And that nigga is scum, and I can't stand his ass. He deserved what he gets for what he did to our black community and what he did to that black girl. He said nobody wants to be made to feel stupid without you calling them stupid. And he said that was a problem that he was dealing with. And I remember when he said that shit hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, that is the motherfucking truth. And I said, that was never my intentions to do. I lived in a bubble my whole life. Literally in my little own universe, thinking that everybody thought like me, that everybody knew like me. And I just was kind of oblivious, clueless. But I lived in my own world. So I was focused on myself. As a 33, I was focused on my motherfucking self. I wasn't focused on what the next person is doing and what they got. I mean, you have your moments, but like, I was not thinking about, let me go take from someone else. This person is competition. Let me steal from. I wasn't thinking about no bullshit. I was thinking my whole life. I literally just looked at myself. Okay, studying consciousness, thinking of how to push myself, how to push my intelligence, and so I couldn't see how everybody around me did not feel, felt a certain way or didn't think like how I thought. I didn't care. I didn't know. I didn't know that I was thinking the way I was thinking, and that nobody around me was like, I just was in my own little world thinking about, the law of gender. What's a good philosophy system? I was thinking about that's why I built the Nike philosophy. That's why I was thinking about the Nike Queen Mothership, studying the divine feminine, studying, consciousness, studying entropy, studying dark energy, studying meditating. I was literally in my own little bubble. And all of around me, people was observing me, watching me, stalking. People are plotting on me, literally plotting, to take my shit, steal my shit, kill my ass. And I just had no idea. Blacklist, shadow ban, whatever they gonna do, fuck up the algorithm. Oh, let's guillotine this bitch. That's how I felt. I didn't realize I didn't never feel loved by my community. I have to say, I never felt loved by Black Americans. I sat up there and labored emotionally and spiritually and mentally for this community since I was 19 years old. And I don't have to say, I never felt loved or appreciated or valued, but I know for a fact that people were stealing my shit and taking my ideas, and I won't even say stealing, but like even getting inspired perhaps. And I'm not saying everybody was stealing. See, some people were, but some people were just inspired, on some level. But and then you'll say, oh, well, if you need to connect with us, maybe you're not worthy. If I didn't connect with you, I may not find you worthy, or I saw something in your character that was fucked up. You're a fucked up ass nigga. I don't like your character. And nobody, and I'm telling you, I have on record emails. I have asked every pro-Black male for help, not for money, just for, I wasn't saying, oh, promote this, trying to, I'm just talking about for help in relation to building shit for our community. Because I'm thinking, you 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, you're naive as fuck. You think whoever you see that's talking about, okay, liberation and self-determination, you think that shit real. So you asking them, hey, we need to build this for our community. Hey, can we build, I have the emails. Test my thoroughness if you want to. And them niggas saw me like, okay, this bitch is competition. We gotta bury this bitch. And them Black men all got together and wanted to get me out the paint. Disrespectful for no reason of the great mother. Like, that's some crazy ass shit. And this is a fact. And if someone would say, oh, that's not true, I got the motherfucking emails of years ago, decades, asking black people, black women, black black people for help. Not for no money, not saying, oh, can you get, just sometimes like, oh, hey, you want to work on project? Oh, here's an idea. Here's an idea. It was constantly wanting to help build something for our community. So you can't say, well, you never asked for help. I did ask for help. I did. You can't say you never wanted to connect. I asked every single damn near last pro-black leader in this motherfucking community, let's build something. Nobody wanted to help me. Y'all niggas blacklisted me. Y'all felt that was a scapegoat or a on the black the white glove treatment that the Masons give, or the targeted individual shit, whatever you call it. That's what I was literally saw as that. I remember when the surveillance picked up in 2015. I didn't know what it was. I mean, you have suspicion, but then you just put shit out of your mind. And I wasn't really thinking about it too much. But I remember stuff getting awkward in 2014, 2015. I remember things getting really, weird. But I just kept putting shit out of my mind. So I know I've been going through this shit at least since 2015. I've written letters, to black people asking like, hey, like, I know I got the sauce. I can build strategies for our people. I can help our people. I'm very creative. Crickets. The motherfuckers that y'all that's literally trying to take shit from me now to this day. That is copying content, all types of shit. I have emailed them. Written whole, like, not on some whole, let's get to, it wasn't about that. I'm talking about straight apparatus, infrastructure building for black Americans. That was what I thought we was all on board for. So why wouldn't you try to connect? I did ask for help. Y'all niggas did me dirty. Y'all burnt me out. And I think that was by design. That's a part of the COINTELPRO shit. Like, that's how it's all designed. Like I said, you get nothing to being loyal for somebody that don't deserve being loyal to. That's what I learned. And it's hurtful. It's very hurtful to know that people know something that you don't know, but everybody is playing dumb and playing stupid about something. That's fucked up. It's real fucked up. And to have proof of this shit, to have proof that motherfuckers is fucked up. To have proof. And what I do have to say is, again, now obviously that I have that self-awareness about what's happening, I don't suffer as much as you may think. I have suffered obviously a lot throughout my years, but as far as going forward, from what I'm realizing, and this is what people do when they don't want you to know your full potential, when they don't want you to reach your full potential, and they put roadblocks, and they gang stalk you, or they do certain shit to you so that you don't reach your full potential. I don't suffer from it. You do. From locking out my genius and from the ordained role that I have in helping people, helping humanity, helping black Americans. I can parlay with my knowledge base and with my gifts, and I don't care how envious or how fucked up, how arrogant y'all may say I get, or how envious y'all get of it. With my gifts and my knowledge base, I can parlay my shit to damn near any field. My 19 books prove that. I can go into physics. I can go into sociology. I can go into religion. I can go into technology management. I literally have a master's degree from Columbia University in technology management. I can parlay whatever. I can go into politics and not ever talk about black shit again. I'll make a great politician. I'm a great strategist. I can go into military. I can go into any fucking field damn near with my knowledge base. Just from the mental side, from the mental plane. I don't suffer from it. Black Americans will suffer from it. Black Americans will, like, from locking out my genius, from blacklisting and trying to kill me and all this shit. I'm good money. I'm good money. Y'all don't know who's backing me and protecting me. Y'all don't know shit. So, and I know it's, they got the COINTELPRO agents or whatever. Y'all felt like, yeah, we got her out the paint. We got her to, feel burnt out. We got her to feel shit. Nothing is set in stone. Okay. And so, I don't, it's not like right now, obviously you have your moments where you feel hurt and whatnot, but I can parlay my shit and y'all, y'all won't hear from me again. Then what? I was ordained for this. I was literally ordained for me to be very active in my community. No lie. Um, I'll say this. When I was around a family member, right? I was around a family member of mine, and they said, white people will always respect you, but y'all don't. She said y'all never gonna click. She like, and this is somebody that like this is offense. She said y'all never gonna like. It's like your heart and mind. There's no resonance. But she said, "Them black people." She said, "You." It's like it's she. She said, "You'll have their heart and mind." She said, "White people, they'll respect you. They'll, yeah, yeah, yeah." Because you know how some it. I don't know why that came up. Like I don't even know why that conversation came up. But she said with black people, it was like you were ordained to help them, you know. And she said, "You'll never have their mind. You'll never have white people's mind. You have their respect though." But she said, when it comes to them black people, she said, you always gonna have their heart and mind because of the frequency, because of the resonance. It's just something that always felt called to. People could say I'm a mammy and whatever. I'm definitely not no damn mammy. I am a goddess, okay? Um, and much, much more. But for those that have that lack awareness and lack insight onto someone else's soul mission, that they'll resort and say, "Well, that's being a man." I'm not no motherfucking mule. Y'all know I'm not going to be a mule. I came with the Queen Mothership for a reason. Now, y'all didn't have to say no damn Queen Mothership. I wasn't trying to put that. That's just me in my own little world. I'm literally in my own little world. That pandemic shit happened. We was locked down for like 2 motherfucking years. Yeah, you about to create your own IPU. Yeah, you about to be in your own little universe. So I was talking about the Queen Mothership. I'm gonna stand on it till I die. I sure am, because I'm about the divine feminine. But the things I was pushing on this black community was getting rid of that malediction. Malediction means generational curse. Malediction means pain in the epigenetics, the trauma in the epigenetics, the lack of self knowledge, the separation from the cosmos. I was sent to help my community get rid of all of that. I wasn't the only one. I ain't saying I'm the only motherfucker and I can save someone. I can't save nobody. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying I was one of the ones to help to teach, guide people along. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not the only one. Okay. But I was not trying to like push people. Oh, you got to say the Queen Mother. That's just that's my own little. That's just me being Jenny. I'm an ideologue in every sense of the word. I don't just put. I am an ideologue. I could say I'm weird. Oh, you just weird. But to act like I don't say some things that like that literally ricochet in this space or in this universe. you know that's no one would ever be really able to say that. That's why everybody quiet and sneaking and snooping around and shit and watching and listening, but then want to blacklist and ignore. hmm and I just find it incredibly sad that people do that to their own people and then expect them to just keep. I'm not about to sit in no. I like evolution of consciousness, so I can't sit and trauma bond with you about some shit we done covered in 2014 and 2012. I mean, there's people literally still talking about, police killings and all this shit. I can't. And yeah, it's still happening, but with me, I'm very solution oriented. I'm a 22. My life path is 8. You can't sit and talk to somebody with my kind of energy and just think I'm and it's trauma bonding and this is lamenting and we ain't getting into no motherfucking solutions or no building. 22 is a master builder number. It's a master number. What makes the fuck you think I'm about to sit up here and listen to some trauma bonding and some lamenting? What makes you think I'm about to sit and listen to y'all go back and forth fighting with some fucking Africans, stank Africans? And I love Africans. I love Africans, but some of those Africans be acting up and they don't like us or whatever in America, and they be whatever. And we had our moments. We got at them. I can't sit. I can't sit and listen to that shit. I'm about strategy. I build apparatus through the mental plane, the spiritual plane, and the mental plane. In order to build, you have to come up with your schematics on a mental level. Thought comes before action. Thought comes before physical realm. The fuck? So I can't sit and listen to a circle jerk about Africans and immigrants and slavery. I can't. That's why I come up with enterprise architecture. Y'all can get mad and say, "Oh, she trying to show off. She trying to show me." Like, look, I'm about truth. Now, if we're gonna do something, let's put a move down and help our people. But if it's a play, then I like I said, I can parlay my shit into anything and just move on. Yeah, y'all could try to blacklist or whatever y'all try to do, but I'm gonna be good either way. I don't. I'm not the one that's in someone's attempt to hold me back. Y'all hold yourself back. I don't see what y'all don't fucking get. So even like this system and whatever, they feel so threatened. Again, that man, a boule nigga that got the same type of clout, like say like a Jim Kleinberg would have, called my phone and said that 7 state attorney generals was asked him about me. And all of a sudden, so if 7 state attorney generals is caught and ask and know about me, how the fuck do they know about me? How did what? And then, but and then people will call me and say, you should be more known. What's going on? Like, why is your shit popping? Why the algorithm is like, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers have blacklisted me, told everybody not to work with me. Me talking about black men, people, anybody that's in a black conscious space, they have all sent out memos. Any type of influencer, they have already gotten a memo. This is what they do. They put your ass on it's like an app that they got. It's a surveillance app. It's like, come on, like this is just what they do. It's called white glove treatment. Whether they consider me an enemy of masonry, whether they consider me a potential domestic terrorist to the United States government, you have no evidence whatsoever of that being true. They'll go and they'll put, this is what, like, it's like COPS, like community oriented policing, kind of like a neighborhood watch, but on a different level, and so they have been told, like, you can't promote her, you can't talk to her, you can't. I don't care. Y'all can play dumb. I know that this has happened. I know who is behind it. It has been happening for years. I don't suffer. Y'all call that motherfucker asked me about my military science skills. I didn't call y'all. I came around me. I didn't come around y'all. I was minding my business. Y'all message me. Y'all want. I was literally in my own world. That's the thing of a master builder. They focus on themselves. And y'all like to control and it's one somebody, you don't like what somebody said. Oh, you want to you jealous. Oh, you have a grievance. Oh, so then you try to fuck up their life like that. That's some fucked up shit. Again, this system would need me before I need this system. This system will need me before I need this system. This system, and they attempt to hold me back, you're gonna hold yourself back. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Not the ones listening to this. I'm talking about those that are doing the monitoring, those that are actually way beyond. It's not. I'm not talking to those that may actually support me and rock with me. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking on a much higher level of what's been done to me and what has been happening. And that everybody secretly know and everybody is sworn under their little stupid ass Masonic oath to not talk about. And so the system falls. Like, it is what it is. Like, the person was sent, you asked and conjured the person up, but because you didn't understand the proper sciences and the proper protocols of what was going on, you had an idea of what that person was when you thought they was going to come in, and then you realize, no, they really is about the evolution of humanity, and it really is about they are truly a morning star. They are and there's more than one morning star that is also in the Bible, because I know you say, oh, are you talking about you, Lucifer? You do know they talk about that there were they refer to multiple angels as the morning star. You have to do your research. You have to do your research. This is there's true light bringer energy. Is not, they don't just come from one entity, from the angelic realm, the heavenly realms. You think one person brings? You think one entity brings light? The fuck? And so, just like somebody just try to argue me down that reincarnation is not in the Bible, it's not my job to spoon feed people and feed pearls to swine. I'm a whole ordained minister with a master's degree in religious studies that studied esoteric sciences literally since I was 19 years old. That have studied every world religion in this and that's on this planet, including the occult. That have studied the teachings of the Gnosticism and the hidden teachings of Jesus, and have studied the Bible. You think that I don't know if I'm saying that there's references to reincarnation in a coded sense in the Bible? You think I'm just making that up? That's why I can't, like, and y'all want me to sit up there and have and spoon feed. Like, my friends will say, you gotta dumb it down, or you gotta spoon feed us, or you gotta, or don't engage. Don't you gotta meet people where they at. I already did that shit. I already did that. I already did that. All you get is backstabbed and a bunch of fuck niggas trying to steal your shit. That's all you get when you try to uh help the help. When you try to uh feed pearls to swine, which also it says in the Bible, don't do. It also says that. But yeah, I'm not the one that's about I'm not the one that got a fucked up system that's about to fall. This system is falling. I'm not the one that's oh, I mean, come on. I don't suffer because of it. Y'all don't see how many people out there. I ain't gonna go there. This veil is thinning, boy. I'm not the Babylon is falling. London Bridge is falling down. The ancient ones return. All that good shit. All of it is popping. And I'm not here to prop this system back up either from its falling. But I know a new age is being ushered in, and I know there's certain people that's supposed to be in front of it. I'm not, and I know that they're being blocked or being killed. They're either being blocked, and if they can't be killed, they either being killed, or if they can't be killed, they being blocked from inheriting the mantle of what's supposed to come for this country and even globally. And again, it's not just me, it's thousands of others. And it's not just Black Americans, it's plenty of others, and it's globally. Excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, it's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. I don't feel disgraced. I think I'm not I don't internalize that. I don't take it personal, but it's just like, ugh, ugh. You look down on them that's that threatened by you. You look down on a system that's that threatened that they would do what they did to me and to many other Black Americans in terms of their little COINTELPRO shit and that little bullshit they pulled. That's why, like, when Orlando Brown was in that video, Real Life Productions, when he said, The whole industry was trying to kill me. He said, "You can't kill somebody because they cool. You can't kill somebody because they," and when he was saying that, they all was trying to come after him to take him out. Y'all didn't catch that. I know people probably thought, "Oh, you having one of his crazy moments." Y'all didn't even fucking catch it. He was saying they was gonna sacrifice his ass. They was gonna try to sacrifice him, but they can't. Like, and then when you ask why, or does that person actually deserve it, or do you deserve a scapegoat with them? And he said, you can't do that to somebody just because they cool, just because they, you know, that's some real shit they be doing to people. They will take you out because your light's bright, just like they did Aaliyah. They will, oh man, they did her dirty. Disgusting what they did to that girl. Disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting. They do that too. It's usually someone that has the innocence or the naivete or the light or the sauce. That's what they usually do, though. That's why you have to keep your circle. Keep your. People used to say this, and I used to like it. They was like, what they used to say: pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. People used to say that, and I used to think it was a cool little cute saying. And that shit, like they was, it's like that was like a subliminal that they was trying to get out to me, and I just wasn't picking up on it. Like, pay attention to your circle before they hurt you, and that's some real ass shit. That is some real ass shit. Now, people telling me about MK Ultra, people was trying to show me shit about uh all types of stuff over the years, and they trying to talk to me, and I mean, well, I'm thinking, oh, they just talking. They was trying to send me a motherfucking message. They trying to get something out to me. You can't hurt nobody because they brilliant, or because you can't try to kill someone because they gifted and brilliant. You can't do that's crazy. That's so crazy. That's some crazy ass shit. This is what they are doing to American people, though. This is what they're doing to people all over the country. They locked up. They locking up brilliant ass people. They doing it, and it's literally because they're gifted. Calling people, trying to have people off themselves and stuff. Some of the most brilliant people, they lock up and say they crazy. Man, y'all motherfuckers. They doing it because anybody that is a threat to this matrix is falling. It's already done. That's why I'm saying the reason why I'm even advocating for myself in that sense is because I am aware that this matrix has fallen. I am aware that we are literally moving into a new earth, and that there's a split in resonance. And it's not so much like, yeah, there's 3D, 4D, 5D split, right? But there is a higher order that is inserting their will on this planet, regardless of what state of consciousness you are at, regardless of what government it is or what country it is. So that means that, yeah, you're going to have watchers in the government, meaning there are literally going to be ancient ones and angels that run this country, that are supposed to run this country. Mark my words, as the years to come. Right now, no, you don't have it. No, you got shadow reptile. Let me shut up. No, right now you don't have that. But I'm saying this is where we're moving into. So that's where they're killing chosen ones. That's why they're doing all types of crazy shit to people. Like, you had someone like a Darren Sills that was supposed to get up in there, and help change our system, because the system is falling. It's done. It is done. Trump is a placeholder. He know what he's supposed to be doing in them 4 years that they're gonna give him. He's a placeholder until the next, until we come on. He is supposed to be setting the stage for some things. Like I said, when them outright boys thought, oh, he was gonna go after the Black Americans, he's gonna go castigate them, and they got mad that he didn't do that. But Trump is under orders. He cannot purposely go after Black Americans. He cannot purposely come up with some policies that says, I'm going to fuck with Black. He is under orders. Part of the reason why he has been put in that position, even the first time, was that you can't. Part of your job, when you said you took an oath to protect America, that's what it was, including obviously a Black American who is a FBA or a ADOS or a Freedman, Black American Indigenous, American Indian, so-called. black, these indigenous. What the fuck did you think he was? Protect America mean protect America. Why did you think he told black Americans, even before he won, African Americans, you built the country. You don't get credit for it. Which is why the policies inadvertently helped us. Now you could say there were colorblind policies. It was nothing specific. You're an American or you're not a motherfucking American. Y'all the ones that want to be trauma bonding over some shit over some shit from 400 years ago. You're an American. You're chosen at that. You were supposed to be ingratiated. So his alt-right people, they fell for the okie doke and they fell for the. He's not gonna go after no black Americans. Trump is under orders. He damn sure under orders right now. If you think he'd get up in there and try to do something that will fuck up black Americans, he is out of here. You think you think he got the they whooping his ass now. They spanked his ass for what he did in 2016. Spanking his ass for what he pulled in January 2020 on January 6th. And they trying to trump him. Watch it. Let him try to go in there and try to fuck with black Americans and try to mess them up. And see how them watchers get on his ass. You think he got them fallen watchers on his ass and some of them stupid ass reptilians on his ass. Let him go in there and try to say he won't do it. It's not even something that I'm thinking about. Y'all don't know how the system is really ran. I know I'm over your head right now. I know you probably can't follow me. Y'all don't know how it's ran. He will not go in there and do that. That's not a part of his order. That's not a part of that's not how that man think. That man think business, money. That man think he also thinks of doing the right thing. Now, I'm not saying he always did the right motherfucking thing. He did some corrupt ass shit. He a part of a system. I'm not saying this man is some motherfucking cherubim angel. The savior. Come on. Like, let's not get ridiculous. Everybody got their motherfucking flaws, including myself. I ain't about to sit up there and do all that, but he can't do that. He can't go after black Americans. Now, you want to sit up there talking about you going to deport? Yeah, deport. Shit, I'm for it. Deport. But he can't go. He just can't. That's what y'all don't get. Y'all sit up there was all scared and I had to learn that too because I was like, oh my gosh, like Trump is in here in 2016. I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have to, I remember me and my friend. I remember we didn't know what to do. Should we leave the country? Should we? Oh man, we thought we was gonna die. By that I mean like we thought we was gonna have to like build so quickly and do things so quickly in terms of like this black power shit. We was like, well, we about to be off because we gotta fight this. We gotta fight back. A lot of and because we it's propaganda. That's what they do. It's propaganda. They put your ass in a psyop. Your ass be under a subtle form of MK Ultra. You be under a psychological operation, man. That's just how it go. But anybody that will tell you that you built the country, you don't get credit for it, is not going to sit up there. Like it said that during his campaign. It wasn't like he said it 20 years ago. He literally said it during his campaign in 2016. And his stupid ass alt-right crew didn't even catch it then. After Noam Chomsky had told them that he is not an ideologue and that it was a play. He told them that. Okay. And so, Trump, one thing you can do, another thing you could do is, in addition to this Julian Assange pardon, we do need a Mumia Abu-Jamal pardon. I mean, you do Larry Hoover. I mean, come on. I don't think we're going to get a Larry Hoover, but we can get a Mumia Abu-Jamal. Let's do it. And I'll just give you one strategy. I'll give one strategy for my community. Because again, I'm done in this space because y'all have burnt my heart. Y'all have burnt me. Y'all have broke my heart. Y'all have fucked me over, man. Y'all had I and y'all can't I literally have evidence. Y'all can't even say like, nah, you just crazy. You just making that up. We was there for you. You just y'all was not there for me. At least it don't feel that way. I just don't feel loved. But anyways, that's life, right? You gotta look. y'all don't know the type of shit I'm on, how strong my mind is. One thing about me, you don't say nothing, I got a strong motherfucking mind, strong heart, and a strong motherfucking mind. I've been put through the motherfucking ringer. My life path is 8. People with life path 8 usually have crazy ass childhoods. Now, I was never, like, people had some really messed up childhoods. I didn't have that, but I was in the foster care system. But somehow I got in foster care. So, I mean, I never really talk about those years, if you notice. If anybody that's been following my channel, I never really talk about it. But I wasn't like molested or raped or anything or nothing, or even beat. However, my sister was, but not, my sister was beat, but I honestly wasn't. But at the same time, I witnessed stuff, and then we didn't have, like we were in homeless shelters, and we didn't have food and shit like that. I remember that, but that's what probably ended up there. And then one of my parents was on drugs, but it is what it is. But um, life path 8, they usually come in with some crazy ass child. But one thing about me, boy, I got a strong mind and strong heart. So if that plan was the isolation and the satanic ritual abuse, whatever y'all niggas do, that shit ain't gonna work, man. Because again, you even when you have your moments of anger, I have my moments of sadness. It's so momentary. I created the Nike philosophy for those reasons, to understand ebb and flow of consciousness, to not get attached or identify with content that's external of the self, to be able to choose my own content, to be able to transmute from a low state of consciousness to a high state of consciousness. Sometimes at will, and sometimes at least try to do it quick enough. When I do have my moments. So y'all burnt me, but I don't think that I don't think that y'all realize like that you burnt yourself more. That's the thing. Is like, yeah, you might have y'all try to kill someone's spirit, and that's wicked. That's some wicked ass shit. And then it's not even like the person that you don't even know who that person was. You have no idea who I am. Because everybody think everybody's some nigga. Oh, every black American is lowly and all. Yeah, yeah, y'all don't even know who y'all are. So how you gonna know if you don't know who you are? I guess how you gonna? I guess you wouldn't know who I am. But y'all try to kill a nigga spirit, and that's that's some wicked ass shit. You don't get out of that, boy. You don't get out of that. That ain't something you can go and repent and this is because of the rank. It's not so much because of obviously if it would have been anybody, you would still have to face judgment. But my rank is in the spiritual realm is on levels that has not even been revealed. I think obviously the government and shit know. Certain people that's esotericists and occultists and certain Christians, that are high level, they know. But like them people that was going after me, them low level ass motherfuckers, like they don't know. They just didn't know who they was going after, and taking money to sell out, taking money to help set up, or bid on. You guys say you want to go to the casino to bid on I guess on a nigga soul or something. Look, y'all got sloppy. Y'all sloppy as fuck, and you know, um, people, you end up talking too much. You end up giving a little bit too much away. I was never a part of y'all shit. Y'all had no business doing what y'all was doing, especially when you don't know who is a part of my protection. Both sides. That's all you need to know. You can get mad. You don't have to understand it. You a damn human. What the? How, you don't know. This is above your pay grade. So you thinking, okay, she, who's protecting her? Who's protected? It's both sides. I'm not talking. I hope. Please don't think that I'm talking about no damn Republican and Democrat. Y'all, you can't be serious when I'm thinking that. I'm saying it is both. Think spiritual for a second. Think spiritual. It is both sides literally protecting me for the rest of my life. And of the highest of the highest, and of the holies of the holies, and of the most powerful of the powerful, made that decree. I didn't have to do anything about it. That was their decision. That was their decision. They had to have a talk, and they had to, because they had to figure out what the fuck was going to happen. It's not worth it on either side to come after me, but I always had the right to choose which side I was going to choose. And that's what I was told when I was 22 years old. I tell that story every time. I was told, whatever you gonna do, we gonna do. We gonna we sworn to protect you on both sides, whatever side you do choose. It is what it is. It's above your pay grade. You can get mad. I'm not gonna share all of that. I'm not gonna. I mean, that's the all you gonna know. You still don't know. You still will never know. But trying to kill a nigga's spirit, that's some wicked ass shit. Then like my thing is if like Psalms 55 when it says if you knew if it was an enemy then you would have hid. If if you would have known you would have hid. You would have got away from it. But it was your acquaintance. It was somebody you had sweet counsel together. It was someone that smiled in your motherfucking face. Read Psalms 55. That's some real ass shit. Y'all think being a targeted individual or COINTELPRO, that shit, y'all better read that. Y'all better read that book for what it is. It talks some real game, boy. It said Psalms 55. Read that. Deceit and guile. They smiling in your face, but all the time they want to take your place. Backstabbers. That's the definition. That's the definition behind Psalms 55 for those that don't know. That's what a motherfucker would do to you. That's what a motherfucker would do to you. You'll love somebody. You'll love that person. And you look up to that person. And you want to rock for that person. And you want to ride for that person. And you're loyal to that person. And the whole time they want to see your motherfucking ass dead. That's some cold shit. I don't know what that feels like. I know I'm God's chosen. I know I got the sauce. But I also know that I'm not the only one. So I don't mind celebrating another motherfucker that got gifts. I don't mind admiring people's success and people's gifts. That shit, why would I want to be around people that come on, I want to see people win. So I can't relate to that I don't understand it. Yeah, you have your moments where you're like, man, but I would never ever want to purposely get in someone's way to stop them from doing what they want to do. I believe in paying it forward. If someone helped me, I believe in paying that forward to help them, but also to help the next person. To remember what it felt like when I didn't have it, or when I was out. When that's what I be thinking of. Like, man, I want to make sure I pay it forward whenever I can. I try to help people. I can't help people. They don't fuck with me. Or if they got some type of weird ass smear campaign on some stupid ass surveillance app and neighborhood watch app, and y'all assholes is believing it over some lies. Talking about I'm under investigation. What it's been years. They should have had it by now. I don't do shit. Anybody that know me, I mean, I'm telling you, I be watching damn Mr. Beast. I used to watch CJ So Cool. I used to watch fucking pranks and write books and research shit. I'm always reading something and researching shit. I used to watch maybe watch a porn. I don't watch porn no more. I don't do shit. I think that's like the most. I mean, if it was order Uber Eats. So order a lot of takeout. That's the crime. Like I don't. Yeah, that's some weird ass shit, man. God, my family did me fucked up, man. That's life. That's why people say you want to come down and understand duality and contrast on planet Earth. Well, you motherfucking get to understand it. You can't know love without knowing fear and hate. You can't know gratitude without knowing apathy. And so that was my lesson in the 3D physical realm as a flesh. I sure learned a lot of lessons, boy. Because it didn't feel natural. Yeah, I lived in my own little bubble. People get mad when you talk about love. People get mad when you talk about your own divinity. People don't understand, man. Love is a powerful, powerful energy source. I don't see how anybody would be against it. I don't see how anybody would be against God. The God within themselves and then the creator God. I don't understand that shit. I really don't. So honestly, I have to say at least 500,000 spirits left the Black community behind what happened to me. They like literally abandoned. Like it like the malediction like that we were supposed to be getting under. Like some people you just can't fuck with. Yeah, you see people be like, I know that, but it was some of my own people that participated in that. Y'all cannot tell me that. I know. You have to go to the person with the sauce. You can't try to take them out and then lock that person out if it didn't take their shit and didn't think you gonna be good. Again, I'm gonna be good no matter what, even in death. Y'all running around throwing codes that I'm 33. I know what the fuck that mean. I'm 33. I'm 32 years old, by the way, but y'all run around calling 33. Yeah, that's a code. It's a good code and a negative code. Because it's where y'all know Jesus died at 33. Y'all crucified him at 33. I've seen my soul contract. Y'all, yeah, shit, that shit popped up right on my computer that the CIA, oh man, that shit popped up right on my computer and said soul con. And I'm looking at it and I got so scared because I said, oh my gosh, what is this? You know how you just, you on YouTube or something and something just take over your screen and pop up on your motherfucking screen. And it said, and it's a fucking contract. And it was not like any contract you ever seen. It was a spiritual contract. And it, oh, you wouldn't believe what it said on it. And I got freaked out as a motherfucker. Had my name on it, the age I saw it. I know who I was, what I was. And I was, then after that, I was in different dimensions, seeing past lives and shit, seeing all types of shit, man. So shit is real. I don't want, look, I don't suffer from behind what y'all did. Y'all motherfuckers suffer. You can't ask somebody to come back and conjure somebody. You wait on somebody to come, and y'all niggas was waiting. Like I said, uh, you talk about the ascended masters coming back, man. Y'all kill them motherfuckers. Just like I tried to do. I'm an ascended master. That's why y'all running around on secret code. Oh, 33. I know what that means. And it's also a mockery of those who was behind the death of Jesus. I know what it means. And I know it has another meaning. The 33% that left. I know exactly. But yeah, I seen that shit popped up right on my computer and I got so scared I didn't even finish reading it. And I knew it was like that's how I psychically knew that. I said, this is Babylonian ancient occult magic. And I was looking at some of the things that was in the country, and it said the first word that popped up was monarch, and I said, ooh, and I was reading it, and then it was saying like, um, again, this literally the sole contract that I had agreed to before coming down here, and that shit freaked me out, and I remember someone telling me like, you don't get to see that, you don't get to see that. No, I said I saw mine, and the thing is, if you don't get to see it, that means it's illegal. Because why the fuck can I see it? Why the fuck did not? Why the fuck was it shit in there that I didn't even agree to? That's why I had stopped reading it because I'm like, I don't know what this is about, but I know it's had my name on it, and I know it had, and whew, and that shit. I was literally, I wasn't clicking on something. You know how you go on the computer, like you know how people could tap into your computer and remote control you guys know that. I mean, you could just take a GRE test, and you know that or when you take the GRE test online, the proctors will take over your fucking computer. That's not something that's unheard of. Your computer can get hacked and someone can take over your shit. So what I'm saying is that I was literally on YouTube and like something popped, like it just popped up. I was going through my moment. I was in spiritual dimensions. It was some heavy shit. And so took over my computer and that shit popped up. And I got so scared and I hurried up and clicked off of it. But to this day, I wish I never did that. I wish I never did that. I wish I would have just read it on through and finished seeing what the fuck it was about. But I was so panicked. Fear is a mind killer. That's what one thing I would say, man. And I had learned that the hard way too. Fear is a mind killer. It really is. I mean, it can literally funnel you into some shit that you don't even need to be funneled into. Fear is fucked up. That's a low ass, but I would tell anybody, try to work. If you can conquer fear, you can conquer anything. Seriously, if you can conquer fear as a human, you can conquer anything. And that's what I learned too. And I'm still get scared. I ain't saying I'm gonna get scared. I'm just saying like that's something that is major, 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 major for me. That's something, you know. Like I said, I'm gonna be good no matter what, even in death. It's Black Americans that y'all gonna run around in circles like chickens with your heads cut off if you continue not to protect your prophets and your angels and your guides and your teachers and your revolutionaries. It's a spiritual malediction. You can't participate in selling some of your people out or breaking a spirit and think that you. I'm telling you, 500,000 spirits that was behind the push of getting this community to the next level, literally decided to leave because it was just like, nah, you're not ready. You're not ready. It's this baby boy. He not a baby. I'm sorry, just forgive me. You know my soul is ancient as fuck. He's probably older than me. His name is Negro Knights Heritage. I'm not trying to put nobody in. I'm not trying to bring no smoke nobody away, but I'm just saying I admire him because he really be talk. He talks a lot of the same shit I used to talk. Well, still do talk, still do believe in. Then wrote books on it. You know when he be talking about we got to get away from this system. You guys are too hell bent on this. And I'm telling you, Negro, they not ready. Them niggas don't know. I'm with you. I'm with you on everything you saying, but they too gone. Like they and you see them gatekeepers how they block it, how they shut you down every time you talk. It's the same thing. Like my thing is they're gonna go after you for that because you in that space and there's a lot of gatekeepers where in that space that we in and they don't they're trained to go after people that talk like that because they in the play. The play is to keep you in the play is to keep Black Americans in the matrix in a system all mind fucked up. So anytime you start talking about oh let's build our own government, let's build our own intentional community, whoo, bullseye on your target on your back. And I'm telling you to be careful because that shit almost got me killed talking like that. I'm not backing down from it. They gonna kill me. I don't give a fuck. You know. Do you know how powerful I am spiritually, even in the physical realm, let alone when I'm actually fully activated. Okay, so it's not like I care. Um, but so I'm not. I don't. I stand on what I said. We are going into a new day. We are going into 5D, 60, 70. We do need a new system. We do need righteousness. We do need American people on board. We do need a global renaissance. We do need enlightenment. We do need love. We do need Mother Gaia. I'm not in the divine feminine. I'm not ever going to back down from that shit. Yes, I want Black Americans to have their redress in the form of cash payment, as well as building their own fucking intentional community, their own parallel infrastructure, as well as getting together, supporting one another, loving one another. I'm not backing down from that. I'll never back down from that. Never, ever. You'll never get me to deny the Nakti Queen Mothership, the Nakti philosophy. You'll never get me to deny Kalima. You'll never get me to deny Yeshua. You'll never get me to I know shit that y'all just don't motherfucking know. You'll never get me to deny none of the shit that I've said. But what I'm saying is, for Negro Knights, I'm telling you, because I've seen the way they cut you off every time you talk and how panicky they get. And you got a lot of gatekeepers around you. And I'm like, they probably working on your setup. So all I'm saying is be very motherfucking careful. And I hear you. I said, I'm telling you, but our people are not ready. Them 500,000 spirits that left the Black community, they was there to do what you're talking about, Negro Knights. What I'm talking about with the Black enterprise architecture. They left. They said they're not ready. We ain't wasting our time with this shit. These niggas is they addicted to the system. They talking about trying to get an Oscar on it. I mean, you gotta bend the fuck over for that type of shit. You gotta open up your booty hole. Y'all niggas is talking crazy. We supposed to be talking about reparations and you bringing that shit up. We don't give a shit about no damn Oscars. The fuck is wrong with you? You used to be beautiful, my nigga, but your mind, what the fuck is wrong with you? For 10 motherfucking years, and that's how you go out. Like, I'm telling you, like, that shit is heartbreaking. And people can't see shit and they get mad at other people can see shit. They scared they gonna call it out. They scared the person gonna be discovered. My nigga, you had the sauce right in front of you and you fumbled the fucking ball, dude. over what the fuck was that about? Like, did you just have that much hatred in your heart? Was you getting paid? Was you jealous? Like, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck was that all about, my nigga. You need a new. You trying to worried about trying to be somebody else handler, nigga. You need me as a handler. Shit. You need me as your handler. I would have never had you out here looking like, nah, I get your shit together. I would have never did you dirty. You was fucked up, man. Yeah, they left, man. I mean, they with those of us that's really real. Negro Knights, you gonna be protected. Don't worry about it because that was the wave that they wanted us on. They wanted us thinking of our own systems and thinking of being free. Like they wanted us to get more spiritual. They wanted our people like to working together. Like they didn't want us just like our people like selling each other out like that. Like that shit is so evil. They did not. I'm telling you, like, and it's not just. It's like everybody got their own egregores. So you got like Black Americans got their own egregores, and you got the American, the country got its own egregores, and we were supposed to be going into like. It's not that we are, but like we. There's a lot of people that's got to be left behind, and there's a lot of people that's gonna die, white and black. Asian, whatever, because I'm telling you, Mother Gaia, primordial mother, Kali Ma, however you want to say it, Saturn, Jesus, however, they are tired. Like this shit cannot go on like how it's been going on. People are suffering. Black Americans suffered enough. We suffered enough. And every time we trying to do something, like we get y'all call us obstructionists and make it seem like we fucking crazy because we really want to see our people have things, whether it's through their system or not. But we would right now we were thinking about like the tangibles with the Trump shit and Biden, whatever. But no, it's a much bigger plans, much bigger plans for our people and for this whole entire planet. We don't got time to be up in no 3D shit, man. So I say that to say, talking about, we gonna do this, we gonna build. They get mad at that stuff. They not ready, Negro. Negro, I think his name is Negro Knights here. They not ready for that shit. They just not. And they'll hate you for even suggesting it because you putting them on blast. You making the block hot for them, and they gonna come after you like they did me. Because you exposing that they controlled opposition and that they really agents or they really just stupid. Which one? Like you are exposed that's literally what started to happen with me. Like you sitting up there demanding our people rise to the like we really ride out, like we really grassroots, but like they don't like that shit. So all I'm saying is be motherfucking careful and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you, and also like watch people like the people that you think is don't got pulled. The people that you don't think, the people that there's a lot of people acting in that space. They actors. It's a lot of people that that's literally trying to put on an act that like they some, you know, some, riot or die Black American and they ain't got no money and they really an elitist of the top of the top that come from the boule class that's coming down, they slumming. And I'm telling you, I've heard Black Americans on the phone talk about maybe slumming, slumming. I'm not. I don't come from money, but I'm just saying, like it's people that's in that space that literally by their own word, they know that they feel like they're slumming with you, and they're Black American, generationally. They don't come from our same pedigree though. They're not grassroots, as you would say, and so they literally they say that's why you can't help those Negroes. You can't do nothing for them. They know. They think they look at me like, look, we'll open the door for your motherfucking ass. Can't do nothing for them Negroes. And I can't. I felt like I was in two worlds. I didn't know which, I just felt like I was in two worlds. Because I know I could have took that route. I'm a gatekeeper, but in a different sense. Not in a sense of, literally like that type of gatekeeping of the system. It's a different type of gatekeeping of a spiritual order. It's not that type of gatekeeping. It's a different. It's pretty much the reversed version of that. And yeah. So you be careful, man, because I know I was talking that, like, and I still do that. And I haven't taken my manuscripts off of the internet or anything, my books off of the internet that was talking like that and calling for that. No, I'm not. But I know it almost got my ass motherfucking killed. And I know I'm blacklisted. I know I'm shadow banned because of it. And I know that nobody give a damn because I know that they feel like I blew up the spot or I didn't, follow the orders or do what I was. I don't think like that. If it don't make logic, it don't make sense. They think if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. If it don't make logic, it don't make sense. If it don't make innovation, it don't make sense to me. I don't think in terms of dollars. But that's how they think. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. That's pretty much what they told me. It don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And why I well, it don't make logic, it don't make sense. Yep. Yep. But yeah, as far as Trump, yeah, you need if you can get the Mumia Abu Jamal on there, and then like you talk with some black people, we'll personally campaign, like, in terms of like handing out the flyers or going in the black community. If you get Mumia Jamal, Abu Jamal, and Larry Hoover, there should be some sort of negotiation. But I do want to say this, Trump, you are to set the stage for 2028. Uh, in terms of what Black Americans need, but Black Americans have to do that themselves, which is an executive order on this very specific things that we need in terms of like grassroots leaders working with Trump to set the stage for that in 2028 for that executive order. You do that. There's a specific way that looks. I'm not discussing that on no motherfucking internet. I'm talking about as far as advising Trump on the specific things that we need as Black Americans. You can't go up in there and it's 4 months out. It's 5, 6 months to a fucking election talking about some cash reparations. You didn't set up the framework for that on a federal level properly for him to even enact that. Even if it is if y'all expected him to do that as an executive order, y'all didn't set that shit up properly for that. But you're too busy doing the state to state shit and horse and ponying around in damn California. And so there's ways to talk about set him building a certain policy around setting the stage for that, and then it's up for the once again the grassroots leaders to prepare for that executive order in 2028 for the next candidate that they get in there. But there are certain things that Trump can do for Black Americans in these 4 years, from 2024 to 2028 that he can do. Again, I'm not discussing what that looks, but I'll say this: you can't be no one track minded nigga just hung up on. You can't be one track minded, and you're gonna be talking about nah, not you can't advise Trump on like that. You see how quick I asked for Julian Assange to be pardoned, and then months later, then I predicted the week it was gonna happen, and then motherfucking, and he talking about he gonna highly consider it. You gotta be you don't think that the Air Force, you don't think that somebody in the government that's monitor is thinking about the fuck what I'm talking about with that probability distribution department being added to the Space Force, that part of the Air Force. You think that they just swarm over that? No, they not gonna just swarm over that. You gotta be multi-track. You gotta know shit. You don't think I could carve out something for Black Americans in a way that it could actually get something done between 2024 and 2028? For on a presidential, you are out of your ever living mind. I already have it set in my. I just know that y'all always stealing shit. Y'all always jealous. And y'all always trying to kill. Y'all always fucking with me. So I don't feel like I'm not going on no internet giving out shit like that no more. You'll never get it. You're not getting it in the books. You're not getting it on YouTube. And you can't say, oh, you not putting I already put the collective before. What did me putting the collective over myself for fucking 12 years get me? But they're putting the collective over myself get me 12 years. The same niggas that y'all running around following, the same niggas that try to set me up to get killed. So fuck y'all. Like, no. I'm not talking about Black Americans. I'm talking about that reparations. Like I'm talking about that energy, that whole it's just fake. That whole energy. I can't see how y'all can't see that shit. That's crazy as hell. Why wouldn't you why would you want to take something from a nigga that don't got nothing? Yeah, no, I don't this is my first time ever making this. I don't have nothing. I really don't. I don't even have a car. And y'all niggas is piled up and gang piled on somebody like that's crazy as hell. What kind of shit do y'all see in that? What kind of I mean, what kind of shit is that? Then y'all motherfuckers paid off my damn family. Like that shit is cold. Y'all some cold ass niggas, boy. Yeah, y'all ain't getting y'all know people that know y'all know like yeah y'all pushed her to the limits. Y'all we deserve it because we had no business doing that shit. And I had somebody on my phone. I had a family member say it was a lot of people involved in that, and we shouldn't have been doing that. I knew what the fuck y'all was doing. Fuck. Y'all don't have the leverage. Y'all don't have the mind, but y'all don't have the leverage to demand cash payment reparation from Trump in his before this election, before and during this, up into this election. Y'all don't have the leverage. They're talking about what can we do to make sure he don't. Well, how can we get him to get tangibles for Black Americans without ostracizing his outright? He got middle America. He don't need outright. That's enough. They don't need you. You haven't strategized on how to set up reparations for the federal level. You can't do that in 4 months. You can take a small increment though. You think I don't know what that is? Yes, I do. Before the election, and you can actually get Trump to agree to it. For one, this nigga y'all don't have any leverage. This nigga, let's look at this right quick. This nigga is backed by, I'm not trying to call Trump. I know Trump don't like people to call him nigga. I apologize for that. But Trump is backed by Elon Musk. Trump is backed by Bill Ackman. He's not the only one that's backed by. Let me shut up. Trump is backed by Elon Musk. This is the richest man in the world. Trump is backed by David Sachs. Look at this. Trump is backed by CEO Bill Ackman. These are billionaires. Do you know how much money they gave him? They spoke out against this conviction. You know, all you got to do is throw money behind a campaign. Y'all see this on y'all screen. Y'all see that on y'all screen. This nigga don't. And I'm just talking because, and I'm talking to a specific person that I know is going to watch this, that's monitoring this. Do you think they not about to get this man in there? In April, 76 million. Biden, only 51 million. Trump raised over 50 million in a single event with billionaires alone. Just in April, just in one event. Look at this is what we're talking about. You're playing in a league that you don't, and y'all trying to lock out pass the motherfucking mic, nigga. You not like or work with the person that got the sauce. What the fuck are you doing? You gonna go in there and make a damn fool out of yourself. Not to ever be taken serious. Somebody just throw your motherfucking ass a breadcrumb if you even get up there. Investor David Sachs. Elon Musk. You are out of your mind if you think you can go to this man and think and say that if you give us some reparations, we're going to give you the black vote. And Trump got middle America. That's not leverage. You can ask for things, you can make a demand, but you got to strategize on how to set that up for the federal level, and it's going to take longer than 4 months for one. but you can take a small step. And there's a way you can get that. And it's bigger than just asking for a hate crime bill. You can't get up in there and talk crazy like that. I'm not saying, I'm never going back down from direct cash. Never, ever, ever, ever. But I also know how this system works, and I know what this is all about. This is about a bloodline. This is about something way deeper. And there is a way for Trump to support a policy and apparatus for black, like that's a tangible, as you would say, for Black Americans. Absolutely, even before by the election, of course there is. You got to set the stage for that executive order. If he is able to give that executive order, albeit, but you still got to plan for. You got to have your plan B and your plan C too. You got to have your plan B and your plan C just in case he won't do it. They play in a different ballpark. They don't think like the average human. It's a lot of Black Americans don't even think like the average human. Your Black gatekeepers don't think like you. They don't see themselves as you. They don't. I know for a fact. That's what they was saying. They be slumming. They be slumming. Do you know what slumming is? It's white people slum. There are Black Americans literally saying that are in the reparations phase that considered what they were doing slumming. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes, clearly. I mean, and I guess they thought I came from their class. I mean, you wouldn't believe they was calling y'all poverty class, bottom class, to help the lowly Negroes. They was saying all types of shit, and I'm looking like, damn. I mean, I'm literally from the hood. I didn't grow up with no silver spoon. What did y'all think of me? And they thought I was from their class. I'm not from their class. I can walk the walk, talk the talk. I'm obviously they. I mean, I was teaching them. Them niggas was learning from me, but at the same time, like the first time we fell out, that was the first thing they threw in my face: poverty. That's why you're poverty. That's why you're the bottom class. That was the first thing they threw in my face when we had a disagreement. The first thing, no lie. I was hurtful because you have a disagreement and you just like, okay, I disagree with I didn't even insult or didn't come at them or didn't, oh, you're a boule. I didn't give a fuck about that. Like, the first thing they threw in my face was that. And I said, oh, okay. Well, you know, Black Americans, you know, that was, that was a pretty shitty thing to do. And not even knowing who that person is in the spirit. I'm very wealthy in the spirit. I don't see myself as poor. I don't have or scarcity or I don't see myself like that. You'll never get me to say the words I'm broke. Why the fuck would I say some shit like that? I'm not broke. Do you know what it means when you say? I hate when Black Americans do that shit. Do you know what you're saying on the esoteric level when you walk around saying I'm broke? You don't say that bullshit. You cancel that shit out. You'll never get me to say that. I'll never see myself as poverty. I never saw myself like that. I told you at 5 years old, I knew I was a spiritual being. I knew I was sitting here. I knew, like, I literally knew I was a special person, and I always felt that way. I always felt that way. I never let nobody convince me. I mean, we didn't have no money. I was in a homeless shelter as a kid with my parent. No lie. We ain't had no motherfucking, so like, but I just never internalized that. I don't, that's what the Nazi philosophy teaches. Like, you don't let that's what's external to you rule you internally. You don't let the content, you don't become identified with the content of this world. Why would you sit up there and identify with V2? V2 means content that is external from the self. I never did that shit. That's what it means to be of this world, but be a part of the world, but not be of this world. You in this world, but you're not of this world. I always knew that shit as a 5-year-old kid. So when she was saying it, it didn't do anything because I just was looking like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, because my spirit is, I'm on a whole nother level. So I would never think like that. That's probably why people thought I was a part of a class or, I remember when I was at Columbia University, I mean, the people that I remember, it was a white Jew and he asking me about, and he was like, you must be the CEO. You must be the, whoa. And I'm looking like, I ain't, look, I'm struggling. I'm trying to figure this shit out. I'm trying to figure this shit. But, my aura, I've always came off that way. I've never not come off that way. I was called bougie baby in high school. Bougie Negro. I was called bougie. I was always looking as a bougie ass Negro. Even I was a motherfucking hood. It's a spirit. That's a spirit. Poverty is a spirit. That's why they talk about the if someone say to you, what's that? Oh man, this is a powerful verse. And I know y'all don't y'all what's that verse? Let's see, Kingdom. Let's see. I gotta get that verse because this verse is really deep. This verse is really deep. No, I gotta see where it says. I gotta get this verse. What is it? Look, look, the kingdom. If someone says to you, the kingdom in the sky, then the birds of the sky will precede you. If they say to you, it is in the sea, then the fishes will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is inside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will be known and you will realize that you are children of God. But if you do not know, you don't know yourself, then you are poverty. You become poverty. Poverty is not knowing your motherfucking self. Now, you notice in the latest versions of this English Bible, they started adding rather the kingdom is inside of you and outside of you. The original Bible do not say it's outside of you. The kingdom of God is within. The kingdom of God is inside of you. But now they want to add it because again, they got to keep up with the chicanery and what the fuck they did to people as far as they brainwashing and how these codes are actually. People are starting to wake up to the actual true teachings of what this stuff actually means on a very esoteric level. So now they're starting to add stuff to the Bible. That's why they're trying to take out that verse in Revelations when they say that they say that they the Jews, but they not. They are the synagogue of Satan. They trying to take that verse out. They trying to take a lot of shit out with their Bible and add more stuff in. They already fucked it up enough. Taking 44 books out the Bible, but now they want to add this outside of you. No. Mm-mm. Once you reflect it inside, it reflects outside internally, but don't try to add nothing to it. But the point that you need to get is that not knowing yourself is poverty. That's it's a state of mind. That's a deep ass verse. That's a deep verse, man. They was saying shit that just was flying right over people's head. Even to this day. And it say it right there. It say, let's look at this. It say it right there. That's why when people try to shame the grassroots and all this stuff, no, you'll never feel bad for what you don't have. It's a sick ass society, man. They lock people out, they gatekeep, they blacklist, they do all types of crazy ass shit to the chosen ones. And you think I'm a project, I'm a internalize the insecurity that you're trying to project onto me? If those that who lead you say to you, see the kingdom is in heaven, the birds of the heaven will precede you. If they say to you, it is in the sea, then the fish will precede you. But the kingdom is inside of you and outside of you. That is added in. That is not what it originally said. When you become it, that part, the outside of you part is. When you become acquainted with yourselves, do you be recognized? You will understand that it is you who are the children of the living Father. But if you do not become acquainted with yourselves, then you are in poverty, and it is you who are poverty. And watch this: you cannot be a child of God and not see yourself as a God. That doesn't make any like. She put that code in there for a reason. That doesn't make any sense. She put that shit right in there. We're not gonna go there. We're going too deep now. We're going too deep. Let me back up. But that's what poverty is. If you're around a like-minded motherfucker that got a certain vibration and resonance, then you're not slumming. Slumming shit. I slum shit. I was around rich motherfuckers and felt like I was slumming because their spirit was fucked up. They was low. They was lowly. They was low lives. Then I be around actual poor people and felt like I was slumming too. Slumming is not just because somebody got some money or they don't got no money. Yeah. I ain't trying to push, I don't care what religion anybody got. I don't push any one thing. I'm just saying like a lot of this stuff it is deep. I like Lao Tzu. I like many ascended masters. I like many ascended masters. I'm an ascended master. I don't care if people don't believe me or not. Surely I am. That's why, people that come into contact me that know they literally refer to me 33. They'll put it in the code 33, 33. Yeah. But I say this to say, if y'all gonna sit up there and try to make a move, to try to get you know, some tangible for Black Americans from Trump, y'all, I mean, you could ask for that Mumia Abu Jamal pardon as well as the Larry Hoover pardon in exchange for a campaign. And the other strategies I'm not discussing on this damn YouTube. No way. No way. Because y'all will lock a nigga out and then go steal my shit and go right up to the top like y'all been doing for literally since 2021. Since 2021, that's all that has been happening to me is all my shit been stolen and niggas been trying to fucking knock me out the paint. And judgment is here. Like I said, don't nobody get away with trying to kill someone's spirit, especially of an ascended master. You don't get away with trying to lock somebody out that's literally ordained to help their community and cut them at the ankle. You know how people would set you up to cut you at the ankle and they'll keep you in lawsuits to keep you broke or something. Like they did it in other ways because I never had a lot of money. So they cut me at the ankles in other ways, literally since 2015. I didn't understand. That's when that program really ramped itself up on me in terms of their COINTELPRO. I'm not new to this. I've been in the pro black space literally since I was 19 years old. So I guess in 2015 is when they say, "Oh, we got to really get it." But when 2020 came and I jumped out on Clubhouse in 20 and it started really really talking about reparations, oh my gosh, everything went to hell. They brought the occultists. They had government agents around me. I told you that man called me and said 7 state attorney generals was asking about you because of that shit I was putting in them books. Especially about when I went to that military science teaching Black Americans and Africans about military science. The government, they asked me what they want to know more about my military science. The United States government. But they didn't that they I didn't like the way they did it. They should have did it in a more transparent, honest way. Because they can't kill me. They can't kill me. They can discredit me, say I'm crazy, do an MK Ultra ritual, try to drug my food or poison my head, which they have all done. All three, all of that. But they can't kill. Like if they were to, whew, good God help them. Oh goodness, they wouldn't do that. They don't actually want to kill. I'm protected by some powers that I mean, even the average Black American would not believe. So I would never ever go out and say their names or put them out like that or nothing like that. I won't say nobody's names. I won't say the spirits' names. I mean, anything that y'all know that y'all think y'all know that I put out, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. I know it's come off like, oh, you talk a lot. You be saying a lot. I won't be saying shit. You'll never understand it. But yeah, y'all gonna have to think. Y'all have to have the mind for that. Y'all playing it. Y'all just see what somebody else doing, and y'all think that y'all can talk that talk and walk that walk. And I'm not talking to Black Americans. I'm talking to very specific people, very specific person. And you could have just worked with that person and go to that person with the sauce, but for whatever reason, your spirit, like it's like that shit is so crazy. You must really have that much hatred in your heart for a nigga that ain't never had nothing. That's some crazy. That's some wild ass shit, man. And then you throw a breadcrumb. You didn't even have the decency to contact me directly. You went through another person to contact me, and you know that you known of me, and you have messaged. We have had some interactions at least since 2015. Actually, 2011. Probably on record. CIA probably got a record of that. Like literally since 2011. You will pull some shit like that. You a grimy ass nigga, man. You are not off the hook for that because I'm not the only person you try to sacrifice. It's a couple that you were successful with, and it's a couple that you were not successful with. When you went after them niggas that's a part of the tribe of Judah, all your shit start to fall apart, and they still knocking at your head. You literally came at people that are connected to one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful bloodline on this planet. You went after innocent Black Americans, and it wasn't just me; it was a group of us. And you think that you just come on, man. I'm telling you, by the time they done with your ass, boy, oh boy, you might have got away with what you did with me, and everybody believe you and not me, call me crazy, whatever. But boy, oh boy, by the time they done with your ass, they gonna cut you at the knees, boy, for that shit. You got to try to make it right, but not in no astral realm either. Stop trying to make shit up right in the astral realm and bring your motherfucking ass in the physical realm and do it, nigga. The fuck is wrong with you? You had a nigga that would have rolled out with you. Now you got a bunch of yes men and shit. You try to be my hand, nigga. Like I said, I need to be your motherfucking handler and be feeding you information and be getting your ass together and dressing you up and putting you out there, nigga. Again, he go watch this video, so don't y'all worry. Say, who you talking about? You had a rider. You had somebody that would have fucked with you to the end, nigga. But you just a grimy ass nigga. Like that's some grimy ass shit, man. You do that to somebody that you known of for 12 years, but then try to act like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, how niggas is crazy. Let me get up off of here. Yeah, Trump, that y'all gonna do. I know these again, anytime you record a video on YouTube, or talk through any sort of, if it's a telecommunications device of any kind, or anything that has a radio signal, there's different types of electromagnetic waves. Excuse me. It's going to get picked up by them satellites. So even though it's not much people watching the stream, the person that it needs to get to, because again, there is an apparatus that is monitoring me 24/7. They'll get that shit to Trump. Just like when I asked Trump on my video some months ago to pardon Julian Assange, then predicted it that somebody getting the amnesty and the pardon on Friday, and then a couple days later, it literally said that Trump was. It was related to Trump. I said his name in the video. Like, y'all, it's literally on record. And then this week, Trump said he's highly considering uh, pardoning Julian Assange. And so it'll get to him. This information will get to him. My rant will get to the person that I'm ranting about. Is gonna get to him too. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I'll heal. I'll get over my shit. I'll be talking my shit. Yeah, today is one of them days, but I'm in constant pursuit of my ascension, my evolution of consciousness, and my healing, and my being. Most important is my being. I'm in constant search of my being, so I'm very much self-aware and conscious right now that I am lamenting, that I am heartbroken, um, but again, it's ebb and flow. I don't identify. That's not that's a temporary stage. I'm not identified with the content of this world. Content enters the chakti self, the chambers of the self, but it is not the self. That's what I teach in my Nakti philosophy. V2 enters the chambers of the self, but it is not the content of the self. And the main cause of suffering is identification with content and the lack of acknowledgement that content is a constant state of duality and impermanence. That is my system. So I'm not sitting up here about to sit up for the next, I'm literally probably in the next hour going to be buzzed on, about to be buzzed out, zooted and booted on what a 1,000 hertz frequency or some shit. I literally probably in an hour from now, this is kind of therapeutic, obviously, to be talking on YouTube. Or I could be talking to myself. Well, but outside of the YouTube, I could have just, not streamed on YouTube, right, and just said all this shit. But no, that's not how it works. I'm leaving a record. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Uh, but yeah, I'll be good. I'm always good. Even I ain't even going because I was about to be in my ego. Never mind. Yep, but this is the main thing we need to focus on as a part of developing legacy. And also another thing, Trump, we need to talk about that UBI. We need to talk about a temporary pilot UBI program too. But that's something for the American people. But that probability distribution center, a part of this space force, y'all need to be producing research out of this. I don't, like I said, I stand by what I said about this space force earlier. You know, I get mad and say, "Who is you? Who is you? The Great Mother." Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm only Kali. Anybody that got a name like that, man. I mean, I'm Jenny. Understand? I'm fully aware. I'm not under MK Ultra. I'm not possessed, as y'all like to say. Good grief. Good grief. Okay, let me get the hell up off of here. I'm gonna get something to eat and relax my mommy. Hey Tris. Hey Tris Jack Case. I want to acknowledge you and lifestyle. How we apply for tech language. You just go to NACTA University. The link is in the description, honey. How are you? I don't think I'm familiar with lifestyle. With your with you, so welcome and thank you. So let's see. It says you will receive more love than you can imagine. Just wait. I swear, redemption song, lectures of freedom. I hope say Tris Jazz Kiss, and I don't even wonder. It's not. I want love from my community. That was important for me. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like if it wasn't important, why would I spend 12? All this time since 19 just in a pro black conscious space? Who would do that? And I feel love from black women. I ain't even gonna hold you. I know that some black women are disappointed in me being in this space though. That I do know. There's very powerful black women that love me and support me. And I know that they feel like, girl, you giving pearls to swine. Hey, I'm not trying to, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, it is what it is. But I feel some love from black women, some of them. Because honestly, like black women in the reparation space, they are cold. They get into they kind of like they pick me ish. They don't have a mind and then they male identify. So honestly, that the women in the BWE I felt more love from, but even them, they be calling me mammy and shit. I'm not no damn mammy. I push for black women to be at their highest level. I don't sit there and try to tell black women to become single mothers and all excuse their behavior. I love black women. I love black men, but y'all they don't want me to like black men. I take y'all know I tear the frame out of black men's ass. They always black men. I always be telling black men about themselves. But that I don't hate like I don't know. I just don't my spirit don't my spirit is for humanity and I love humanity, right? Like I love all people, but I mesh well with my people. I always felt more comfortable. I just did. Like even if it's Africans, and Haitians, but I ain't about to go move over to Africa. But I'm saying like I just like that. But you gotta be careful with the Africans too. But you know, I've always felt more comfortable around my people. I just did. So, people I get slack for that. I get slack for that. And I get along with anybody though. Like a lot of my clients are I have some Asian clients, I have white clients, Latina. I respect everybody. I will never judge nobody based on something stupid as race. This is a fucked up system. You all know it's a social construct, as we love to say. I don't get caught up on. I'll never just. I don't even as much as we went at the tethers, quote unquote. I don't hate Africans. I don't hate. I don't hate Caribbeans. Absolutely not. Never. Never. I'm always gonna love humanity, but I have always felt comfortable being around my people. But I get called a mammy, but y'all not about to drag me through no ringer. No, I can't let. I ain't letting nobody kill my spirit and drag me through the motherfucking mud. Hell no, or sacrifice me. No, no way, no way, no way. I'll disappear. You know me. I'm an introvert. Literally like a monk. I am a very hermit. I'm telling you, I'm like John the Baptist mixed with a little bit of Nikola Tesla, mixed with uh Kalima. I mean, I literally like the movie where they had showed them high priestesses living in a monastery. I literally live like that. I'm very a peaceful, like a peaceful monk. I be watching little shows and reading, but because I enjoy my own peace. So I don't have to be around a lot of people. I don't want to be very private. I don't want to have a lot of people around me, but I do want my people to respect me and look out. Not just throw me to the damn woods. I'm screaming from the rooftop that I'm being surveillance, and then they using DEWs and shit. I'm screaming, and then people is trying to say like, no, they use DEWs. Biden admitted to that this year, but when I was saying it in 2022, I was just a crazy bitch. The Biden only for Biden to admit that they done stepped up their DEW program. That's some fucked up shit, and I know that they have been doing that, and I'm not the only person that's going through that. I know that. They got white people on that list going through that. Anybody that's a whistleblower, an activist, a scholar, highly intelligent, someone that knows a bunch of military personnel, they put your ass on that list. It's as simple as that. Or if you are a persecuted, chosen one, that could be. I know people say the persecuted chosen ones mean persecuted Christians. No, it don't matter about your religion. It's about the soul. If you're a free soul, pretty much, and you didn't buy into the system, you didn't sign, you didn't sell your soul. And I'm not talking about the whimsical woo woo type of sell your soul, not the one you sell your soul through the booty hole to win an Oscar or a Grammy or to get a deal with a record label. That's a form of selling the soul too, but there's other ways, you know. But yes, Tris Jaske, I thank you. I thank you for fucking with me. Yeah, because I'm very eccentric. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Love you guys. Bye.